I'm sure Marty is okay with that. The
Yeah,
sacrificial.
he's only a half brother. It's not that big of a deal.
I'm in the wheel. I don't care.
We'll give you half
pretty
of him
close,
back.
though.
All right. Well,
Close.
we are live. So, okay. So, welcome back, BoomQuesters. Looks like we have a full house today, other than Dolgar, our dwarf fighter. Though it looks like he's going to be joining us shortly, and he said we could go ahead and start without him. So, yay! Quick recap. You guys have decided to head to the Orc Caves in the hills to the north of Endholm. You decided that you want to go ahead and try to find Fenton, who is the missing sorcerer, and a young woman, his wife, asked you to locate him, and she's willing to pay you 50 gold pieces if you can find him and bring him back safely. And you ran into, at the King's Road Inn, you ran into a group of ne'er-do-wells who you made a wager of 250 gold pieces. Whoever can find Fenton first and bring him back will win the wager. And so you have that going on. Plus, just other things that happened. And you had some dealings with a temple that may or may not have been on the up and up that you're investigating. You made friends with the local dwarven armorsmith, and also heard about that there is a bandit group in the forest to the northwest that is waylaying travelers, and you were asked. Well, not anybody's been asked. There's a wanted posters, and there's a price on their heads. And so, but you have decided that you are going to go ahead and head to the Orc Caves and try to locate Fenton. So, there you go. So, does anybody got any ideas? What do you think you're going to be doing?
Are we still in the village right now? So we've made the bet and we're getting ready to head out.
Yeah, you were. It was midday when you. It was like, well, actually, no, it was closer to dinner time when you guys decided that was your plan of action. So you could set off now if you wanted to. You still have rooms at the Black Sheep Inn that are that Minx's paramour had paid for, and. So you have that, as a place to stay. You could, like I said, you definitely nothing stopping you from leaving and heading off, but it will get dark soon, and theoretically it might not be the best idea for you to be wandering about either in the forest or into the roads to the north or onto the Fool's Pass.
Do we feel like Do we feel like we're as equipped as we need to be to take on a new adventure, fellow travelers?
Well, you'd have to. Oh yeah, fellow travelers, you guys can discuss as far as what you think you may or may not need.
We need to pick up Minx anyway.
We do need to pick up Minx.
Before she picks up something else.
All right, so let's regroup. So let's get the party together and head back and pick up Minx. And then I'm all for prepping for the adventure, making sure that we're fully supplied, resting up. Per Lance's point, I don't know. Maybe you
How
guys
far are we from the cave?
Well, that's just it. You don't know exactly where the cave is. People say that they're to the hills to the north, and if you remember correctly, to the northwest, and there's a great expanse of the Penpree Forest, and there is a long winding path that's called the Trader's Way that goes next to the ocean, the Sinar Ocean, and then it breaks off, and then the Fool's Pass meets up with it up to the north and to the west, and that will take you into the Duskmoon Hills, and they just say up in the Duskmoon Hills there's this old orc cave. But like they said, it's actually very storied. I mean, because at one point the orcs became such a problem that the Duke actually sent a regiment of soldiers to go clean it out. So theoretically, maybe somebody in town, would have a good idea where it is, or you could procure a map of some sort. Or you could just wander off into the wilderness looking for treasure.
Let's see if
Also,
we can
let's-
find a map.
Merrick is also an ally of ours, and he seems well
Yeah,
connected
he is.
to. He seems well connected to like certain elements in the town, so he may either have information or be able to help easily procure information about that for us. My whole point being is we have to pick up Minx anyway, assuming she's hanging out with Merrick, having tea. We could leverage that as a resource.
Is that what they're calling it nowadays? Having tea.
Well,
I'm preoccupied, so I can't be part of this conversation, apparently.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not even here.
Exactly.
like traveling
So,
compatriots not really showing any preferences.
Well, let's head back to pick up Minx, see if Merrick might have information about these caves that can get us there the easiest.
Agreed.
And if not, maybe the procurement specialist can do something about finding a map.
Okay, so we're gonna wander back to the hotel, keeping our eyes and ears open for anything of interest on our way.
an inn, you mean? The inn.
The inn, correct.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, there's not a lot of hotels, in the Lost Lands. So yes. So all right, very good. Yeah, you make it back to the Black Sheep Inn. It is, it's into the evening now. It isn't the raucous place that the Kings or the Kings Road Inn is. It's very, it's much more subdued. There's no live music playing or anything like that. So everybody seems, but it's people are sitting quietly at tables and talking amongst themselves. Minx, do you think you would have finally, maybe you and Merrick would finally have come downstairs to have a refreshment, or would you have gotten room service?
clearly we would have ordered in. Don't be ridiculous.
Okay. So yes, you don't see Merrick or Minx anywhere. You do recognize a few of the individuals that were there before. As soon as Grodd walks in, everybody kind of glances over and has one eye on you, but they're trying to be polite about it. They're staring, but they're not staring. The wall behind you now. Oh, I never noticed that painting over there. It's right over there, next to the 7-foot tall half orc.
Okay. All right. Well, Grodd's gonna ignore the stares. He's used to them, and he has more important things like checking on Minx and letting her know that there is an adventure at hand, which he knows she will be greatly interested in. So Grodd will. Grodd knows where she is, right? What room she's in. So Grodd will.
Why don't you? Well, I mean, just roll a wisdom check. Well, you know what? Yeah, you would. You keep an eye on her pretty well. So you knew where Merrick's suite was, and that's where they settled back to be. So.
All right. Well, Grodd's gonna go up there and as discreetly as he can knock on the door and try to get her attention.
All right. Well, we'll just assume they're not in flagrante delicto at the moment, and so yes, Minx, you hear a knock on the door, and you recognize it as another one of Grodd's attempts to be discreet, but of course, what kind of armor do you wear, Grodd?
I'm actually pretty light. I'm wearing leather armor or something like that.
Well, you hear a large, a fist about the size of a bowling ball hitting the.
Oh, for goodness sake, Grodd, just come in.
So Grodd's gonna go in.
All right. Well, yeah.
I
So
bruise
there.
myself up.
Yeah.
Months away.
Minx.
So yes, American and American minks are there enjoying room service in lighter clothing, so to speak. You know, they're not like I said, not in the act or anything, but they're definitely doing the flirty McFlirt stuff going on.
Wouldn't have been the first time, Grod. Come on. Come on.
It's okay, Minx. I know. But we have
What's up?
adventure. We have adventure.
Where? What?
There's a cave. I don't know much about the cave. Merrick, there's a cave. There's money on the line.
You see, Merrick, his hair is sweaty and clamped to his forehead, and he's like, oh, you know, and he's just like, oh, the orc caves. I mentioned those to you. Yes, you're gonna go to the orc caves. I mean, they were cleaned out years ago by the Duke.
Yes, there's a wizard that we have agreed to find.
Really? Hmm.
Yes, and there is a race.
A race?
I don't know.
Well,
Tam.
Hey, I had nothing to do with that. I was eating.
He traces like a finger lightly on Minx's like chin and cheek. You will be careful, my dear, won't you?
Of course.
He's like, He's like, well, let me know as soon as you get back. You know, and he's like, he says, well, you're not leaving right now. It's nighttime. You know, certainly, you know, you're spending the night, right? You can leave in the morning, correct?
I think that sounds safe.
All right. You know, and he kind of looks at Grodd, and he's like doing the whole, maybe you should leave. You know?
So, Grod, I'm going to be busy for just a smidge longer.
I need a map.
So, Merrick, dear, it wouldn't happen to know anything about a map that could help us, I don't know, in these orc caves, you said it was, Grod, yes?
There is a bet and a race on the line to find this
You know
wizard.
I like winning.
I
You
need
know
a
that.
map.
You won last night. Mm.
You did, sir.
Okay. Merrick says, you should go to the Wizards Academy. They would probably have a sage that would be able to locate a map for you. I mean, it might cost a little bit of money, but it would probably, in the long run, save you a lot of trouble. You know, steer you clear of any of the bad things that you might run into, and help you to locate the cave without too much trouble.
All right. Be good, Minx.
Can I give her like 50 gold, or him, sorry, 50 gold before they leave in case they need money, like if they're going to the wizard thing right now? Can I do that?
Yeah, you
Okay.
go fish it out of a pouch somewhere.
Here,
and
Grod,
hand
in case you need it.
Thank you, Minx.
You're welcome, Grod. See ya.
All right. Bye.
And the door closes, and there's much giggling behind you.
All right.
And-
Grodd will go downstairs and share the news with his party.
How long will Grodd's unrequited love for Minx be? Unspoken and unrequited.
Probably a long time, it sounds like.
Grodd is that guy that was best friends with like the college girl of ill repute, and just someday she'll realize I'm the one.
It's totally what he's thinking.
I don't know what you're implying by saying girl of ill repute exactly there.
Well,
I think he means
a girl of questionable morals. A lover of life, if you will.
There we go. I'm a free spirit.
There you go, a free spirit that doesn't wear underwear. So.
Well, you know.
maybe a winch.
Nice. All right, so let's see here. So what are the rest of you doing? You know, as you're waiting. Sargon, I know you are very much interested in what you want to go to try to save him, correct?
Yes.
So are you going to do anything at the inn, or are you just going to try to get some sleep, or what are you doing?
I'm kind of looking around the inn to see if I can spot someone who looks like a hunter.
No, this is a very upscale. You guys stick out like a sore thumb. You notice everybody that's here is very affluent. They have rich, noble clothing, and they definitely are the aristocracy, if you will. Who is eating?
I was going to make a very crude joke, but I decided not to.
Okay.
Well, you just did.
I'm sorry. Did we lose Robin? Robin, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. I didn't know if we had lost you or not.
He's out in the forest, trying not to cry.
Yeah, Derek. I was going to ask you: Are you staying within the inn, or are you going to stay outside in nature?
What is the inn built of tree and wooden model, or is it built of stone? If it's a stone building, he'll probably stay inside.
The Black Sheep Inn that you're at right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a stone building.
Yeah, then he'd stay inside
Okay.
because his power comes from the earth, the stone. So
Very good.
he's happy with that.
Ingvi, are you going to do anything crazy, or are you just going to get some sleep?
Well, actually, I haven't had my quarterly hour ale yet, so I'm going to go up to the bar, and I actually want to ask the bartender if he knows any information about these caves. Is anybody that we could talk to that might can give us a map or get us directions on how to get there?
Yeah, he's going looking for a bit of trouble. Are you? And he kind of smiles a bit. It's like, the more people I hear about heading out to that orc cave, the more and more of them just never make it back. But he says, you can definitely, he's like, I know of a couple of people that have recently been there, and he's like, he's like searching his mind. He's like, oh, if I could only remember who they were.
Would this one piece of gold maybe help?
Maybe if a few of his friends were here as well. I don't know.
Maybe
yeah, it's just not coming to me.
This gold looks pretty lonely. How about 4 more pieces of gold?
Oh, now I remember. He's like, and he actually goes. He like kind of waves his hand over a little bit, and he goes, Ranlin, come over here. And this kind of wizardly-looking guy walks over, and he's what's going on? And he and this guy, the Black Sheep Inn, the owner, his name is Lurton, and he says, this gentleman here is trying to locate the orc caves. And you see this guy kind of look over at you, and like I said, he looks very scholarly, very wizardy, standard, kind of flowing cloak and bespectacles on the end of his nose, and he's like looking, it's like another adventuring band looking to plumb the orc caves for their gold and jewels and see if you can find any nasties. And he has a slightly bemused look on his face.
Yes. Has there been a lot of parties wanting to go out to this cave recently?
Fairly recently, yes, there have been, but it's just like, and a few of them don't ever come back, but perhaps they've just moved on from that area. So I don't know if they ran into anything that they couldn't handle or anything like that. And he kind of once again gets a little grin on his face, and he says, well, it's like. But you're looking to try to find your way there, I take it.
Yes, that's correct. If you have any directions on how we could get there and make it as short of a trip as possible, that'd be great.
Well, I actually have a very good map that would lead you right to not only one entrance, he says, but a secret entrance as well. And he kind of rubs his fingers together a little bit, in front of you.
Are you trying to do some magic? You going to do a trick?
Yes, I'm trying to get some gold to appear in my hand. He says, and he has a laugh.
Is anybody else in here with me, by any chance?
I'm
well,
keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I do believe that both Tam, Derek, and Sargon are all in the main area.
Okay, so I want to say, excuse me just a second, and I want to kind of wave my hand to all those guys and tell them to come over here for a second. Could you guys come over here and join me real quick?
Mm-hmm. And he
What's
goes,
up,
yeah, and Ranlin, the guy, he goes, and the rest of the band approaches, and he's like, oh, it's so interesting to meet young adventurers, and you've realized that he's kind of middle-aged.
So this friendly gentleman here has a map that on him that can show us a secret entrance to this cave, but I believe he's wanting a little bit of something for his troubles. I've already kind of greased the palm of the bartender just a second ago. Can anybody help chip in order to procure this map? Or what's your name? Tam? If you could 5-finger discount it, that'd be great too.
I'll see if I can help.
We can play this honest and try to see if we can pull some stuff together and get it from
You
him.
don't know what you'll be grabbing. It may not be a map. It'll be long and rolled up, but not a map.
I'll offer a couple of gold and try to use some of my diplomacy to convince him to give us some more information.
Nice.
All right, well, you know how to roll a skill, so feel free. And I would also like you to tell me exactly what you're saying as well.
Surely you would like to help some folks that happen to be lost in those caves find their way back to Enhome, wouldn't you?
And we wait. Oh, look at that! Look at you. He's like, well, of course, yeah. I'm always in favor of helping the common man, but you would, of course, give the Wizards Academy their just and due recognition if you were able to save somebody, correct?
Well, I would give them something if they had something I truly needed, I suppose. And I believe my friend's already given you a bit of incentive.
You've actually given me nothing other than words, and once again his hands kind of he's like, my hand, it's so light, I feel it just raising up to the ceiling constantly.
Wasn't there some part of the story from Penelope about a sorcerer involved in the missing party?
The sorcerer is her husband.
That is Fenton.
Yeah, that is Fenton. Now remember, sorcerers. Just for Pathfinder, just as a rules thing, sorcerers are looked down upon by wizards because sorcerers cast their spells from like innate power, and they don't actually go through the study and what have you that wizards do. So they kind of look down on sorcerers. So you would know that, and you would know that if you mentioned that he was a sorcerer, he'd probably go, "Oh well, who cares? He deserves what he gets." That kind of mentality.
All right, my friend. So, 5 gold.
5 gold for a map to a secret entrance to untold riches. He's like, I'm going to need at least 100 of those before I give you this information.
For all I know, that's a map to your sister's house.
He's like, I am Ranlin Poole, one of the high wizards of the Wizards Academy. I am not a grifter. He's like, you can ask anyone about my impeccable name and my background.
Does anybody have Intimidate?
I don't know if we want to start a fight here right now.
Yeah, I don't want to take this guy off. I kind of want this map.
All right, so Lance.
Yes.
Since he's saying he has this map, can we ask him to show us the map to prove he actually has it?
Yeah, you can ask him anything.
So I'd like to say, well, you're asking a high price. How do we know you have this map? Do you have it on you? Yeah, keep an eye on him.
He's like, he looks over at the halfling and he says, it's like, it's like, as my mother said, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. He goes, you know where you go to the Wizards Academy when you're done playing your games, and he starts to walk away. And he goes back to the seat there is a bar. He had a large tome that he proceeds to pick it up and sip at his wine and read whatever giant book of forgotten lore that he was poring over.
So I'm gonna ask the rest of the people, guys. We want to pony up and give this guy 100. Everybody chip in 20, 30.
Seems a bit expensive.
I assume if we're successful, we're going to come out ahead anyway.
Well, the race was only for 200 gold pieces anyway.
Yeah, but if there's any other treasure inside this place, which there's rumors of.
Is Grodd back with the party?
Yeah, Grodd comes thumping down the stairs.
Okay. So Grodd's back, adding his little bulk, and Grodd has 100 gold pieces on him because Minx gave him some. So Grodd, I feel like Minx wants us to get the map. So pony up, everybody.
How about
Grodd will put out like 25 gold pieces between his money and Minx's money.
I'm going to go back to negotiate with the wizard. Perhaps we can strike a bargain. 50 gold for the map, and we will give you first rights of purchase on any interesting magical items we procure while we're there.
Does that mean that I get a pick of whatever you find that is magical, or only what you offer up that you wish to get rid of that you find?
What we wish to not keep for ourselves.
No, I'm sorry. There's just as much chance as you finding whatever you have and then I never seeing you again. I'm going to need 100 gold. I have children to feed. You know how it is.
A wizard with children to feed.
Merrick
People call me
said
greedy.
we needed to go to the Wizards Academy, and the Wizards Academy may have information on the cave as well. So we can pay now, or we can go to the Wizards Academy and see if we can cut a better deal.
And supposedly, this twit's from the Wizards Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know if he's a good egg or a bad egg. We've only got his word to say that he's
Yeah.
highly thoughtful. So let's maybe go to Wizards Academy and...
Yeah, but what if we go there and then we come back and this guy's gone? I mean, the map's right there. Right? I can see it. Right there.
I wish I could see it.
Grodd has sense motive too, if that helps.
All right,
If you don't trust him.
I'm putting up 40 gold pieces. I'm tired of playing around with this guy.
So you're saying 40?
I'm throwing 40 in the pot.
Grodd,
And
you're
Grodd-
saying 25?
Yep.
So that's what, 65?
I'll throw in 15.
I'll
Let's
throw
do
in
5
15.
each, Marley.
I'll throw in 15.
So you're almost there. You need 5 more gold.
Grodd will throw in 5 more.
Okay. You look over it, and the wizard's actually looking at it. He's just kind of chuckling to himself as he's watching you like stack the money up and like putting it together. And I don't know who's gonna go pay.
Maybe Tam should go pay, see if he can lift some of it back with a sleight of hand.
There you go. See if you
All
can
right.
see if you can palm some as you leave.
Are you guys asking me to do this?
No. Good call,
I
man.
just need to know I'm not the wisest dude. I might think I can get by with it. I will watch to see what he does with the money when somebody pays him, though.
I'll go pay him since I'll start talking to him.
All right, so
All right, so Ramlin, here's your 100 gold.
he looks it over and like he takes a moment to count it so it's 100 gold and he reaches into his robe and one of the many hidden pockets within, and he pulls out a scroll and he lays it out in front of you, and it is indeed a map, and it shows a map. I don't have one to give you here, but basically what it does is it shows how to leave through the north entrance of the north gate of the city, take it to the Fool's Pass, and then you take the Fool's Pass, and it shows you where you head into the hills. And then it shows that for one location there is like the standard location that lots of people have used to enter into the caves. Mm-hmm. But it shows there's a way around and back around the hill where the caves are, and there is a second cave entrance that says that is hidden by trees and some scrub. And so so there's another option, and then there's like he kind of shows it to you, and he kind of explains it to you, and he goes, "My understanding of people that have gone here is that things wait for people to come in the front door, so you might want to think about using the other entrance."
Is Grodd hearing all of this?
He can wander over if he wants to.
You guys trust him?
Trust? No, but it's a start. And by God, we paid 100 gold for it. We might as well use it.
Is the map how to get to the caves? Or also shows inside the caves?
It shows nothing on the inside. It just shows how to get to the caves.
How to get there. Okay.
When we came to Endholm, did we come down the Fool's Pass to begin with?
Yes, you did.
Yep.
So we're going back up the Fool's Pass and then off in some direction towards the caves.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, we have a map. We know we're racing against another party, but now we feel like we have, hopefully we have an advantage. We don't know.
All right, and now that we have a map, can we tell distance?
Yeah, I mean, it'll take you the better part of a day or so to travel to the area. So, but you have every belief you'll make it easily with the map.
We agreed with the other party that race started tomorrow morning, right? Because we had to go and pick up minks. So.
Yeah, well, we don't know if the other party got a jump on us, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I suspect we risk damage. Should we venture out at night?
I'll be fine with that. I would be fine traveling up Fool's Pass and then just camping on Fool's Pass and then going in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go get things.
Because Fool's Pass is pretty safe, right?
Yeah, that's what
no, Fool's Pass is actually the reason why you were hired. Was the Fool's.
That's right.
That's why we fought the goblins.
That's right. You're right. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, if we make camp
first light.
I'm just worried the other party's is already out.
All right, Grodd will go get minks since it sounds like the party's getting ready to go. So Grodd will lumber upstairs and knock on the door. Minks.
All right.
Time to go.
Oops, sorry, Merrick. I'll catch you on the flip side. I grab my stuff and I go.
Aw. Well, I suppose. Always leave him wanting more. So.
And how?
And scene. No. All right. So you gather up your stuff. It is late. So I mean, it is like about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Your plan is to leave and hit the road immediately.
Anybody reckon we should go and see if the other party have already left?
How can we tell?
They were at the other end. We don't know where they went.
Yeah.
if I am out of my previous dealings and those people are asleep, I will be most upset.
How many of your daily rages did you use up there?
0, but I'm about to do all 8 of them on my fellow party members, except for Grodd, of course.
Yeah, because of course Grodd wouldn't. I'm sorry. Grodd, it looks like you're not going to get any anyway. So, let's see. But,
He's used to it.
Poor Grodd.
He's my Boo Radley.
Ah.
That's right, Scout.
So,
What's the
are we
weather
going
like
or
outside?
what? Like, you guys got me
What's
out
the-
of stuff, and here I am. So let's go, if that's what we're doing.
To answer your question, it is a very cool evening. It was a very damp day yesterday, and it's there's still moisture in the air. It hasn't rained at all, but I mean it's very very cool, and somewhat windy. So there's a bit of a chill in the air.
Is it
I
overcast?
have my Shroud of Warming with me.
It is overcast. Yes.
How long estimation? How long will it take us to get to the caves, or get to where we have to leave the Fool's Pass to go up towards the caves?
That will take at least. I mean, like if you were like force march it and and just walk the entire time, it would take you about 16 hours just to like walk. So I mean, it's one of those things where you could get there and then try to sleep, but it's a weird thing you're in because you're leaving so late at night that it'll be kind of an odd timing.
Which would mean effectively we could get some rest once we got to that point where we had to leave the path, and it would still be daylight, so maybe we could rest a bit in daylight, which would probably be safer than resting at night.
That would make sense, yes.
If we left now.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right. So it sounds like you're all going to leave. So you all head off into the night. When you get to the north gate, it is closed. And when you approach it, they don't they open the little door that's set into the gate that allows you to walk through and then keep moving. They kind of raise an eyebrow that you're leaving that late. They seem mildly interested, but nobody asks you any questions or anything. And you begin trekking out into the cold, dark night. As I said, it's overcast, so you have trouble. The moonlight isn't as bright as it could be. Anthony, Sargon is human, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I think you're the only one
I can't see.
that can't see.
Can I see?
Halflings have low light vision, so basically, if you were outside, for you, look at it this way. So if you as a human walked outside on an overcast moonlit night, you know what it looks like there. So basically, kind of double the light for you, and that's how you can kind of see a little bit better at night. It isn't perfect. It isn't like you can see, whatever. Half orcs and dwarves have a dark vision, which basically, even in complete darkness, they can see. But it is they see in black and white. And so, and then, if I remember correctly, Derek is a half elf.
No, he's human. He can't see either.
Oh, you're human. Okay, you're human. Oh, you and Sargon are blind. So you'll have to come up with some sort of a lantern or something.
Yeah. What have we got?
I have torches.
Just checking if I've got any.
I can cast light.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can cast anything.
You can cast light, but it doesn't last a long time.
Okay.
A light spell it's something that lasts a matter of minutes.
Oh, okay.
But like once you get if you get a continual light spell, that actually lasts forever until you turn it off or somebody else dispels it. In a game fashion, what a lot of players do once they get the ability to cast continual light is that they will, when they have a day of doing nothing, they'll go and gather up a handful of rocks and they'll cast continual light on each of them, and they'll put those rocks in a pouch, and then so you can't see them, and then when they need them, they can take a rock out and just throw it on the ground, and then they have light. It's one of the very standard tricks that. Dropping down wells, to see how far the well is, so you can watch the light go all the way down, things like that. Or another clever thing that people do if they want is they get a wizard or somebody to cast continual light onto just basically a bracelet that they can tuck underneath their clothing, and so then when they're going to have a fight, they can stretch out so it's around their wrist. And so then they have light and they can fight, and they don't have to worry about their torch going out or something. Something to think about. Notice that, however, a continual light, if somebody casts darkness, it turns them off, so it suppresses them. So there you go.
Oh, what's outside the walls, the city walls? Is it just farmland, or?
You can't see.
Yeah, you don't know. You can't.
I saw it on the way in.
Oh no, it is mostly farmland until you get a little further north when you have the Penpree Forest to the west.
Are there any wild horses or anything like that?
Wild horses?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Because we maybe could have looked for horses inside instead of leaving.
Yeah, but people aren't gonna. You have to buy them, and horses aren't cheap. Nobody rents a horse. Oh, what are you gonna do with it? Oh, I'm gonna take it to that dungeon up north. Okay, yeah, you can't have my horse.
Hey, Lance.
Well, Merrick might have lent us his cart. We rode in with.
That's true. What's up,
Lance?
Sorry,
that forest is on the map we have.
Yes.
Is there anything else on that map?
The city of Edholm, the hills to the north, and what are you looking for?
Is there any other way other than taking the actual Fool's Pass?
You could go through the forest, but as they say, the forest is haunted, and that's supposedly where all the brigands are living, and also all kinds of horrible beasties and what have you. So, has anybody seen the movie American Werewolf in London?
Yes.
When he tells the people, the guy at the bar says, it's like stay off of the moors and stay on the path, and of course they walk off and then they end up in the moors, and that's.
I'm sorry, it's the moops.
Nice. But yeah, so there you go. So I mean, if you stay on the path, I mean, you feel like that's definitely going to be more safe than if you go wandering through a forest.
Okay, just checking.
So we'll follow the map then.
Yeah.
Via the path.
All right, so let me gonna make some rolls that you don't have to worry about.
Of course not.
I don't like it when you make rolls.
No.
All right.
It looks like you went poorly.
Oh, okay, I'm cool with
That's
that.
out of a 10, though.
That's out of 10.
So, all right, you make it's a little chilly. You kind of pull your cloaks about you. Is anybody not? I mean, never mind. I'm sure you all have a winter cloak or something along those lines. So, and bed rolls and like something to sleep in. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Minx has gone soft. She needs the sweet, but what have you. But she can tough it out with on the ground, I suppose. But you let me see here. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you make it to approximately where you think you would then leave the path, and you travel on through the night, and you kind of force march it, and you are dead tired after walking for like the last 16 hours, and but you watch as the sun comes up, and you stop and have a small bite to eat, and then for breakfast, and you keep going, and you kind of get through lunch, and then you keep going, and it's about 4 o'clock, maybe around there in the afternoon, and you can see the hills to the north, and And looking at the map, this is you're pretty sure this is where Ranlin Pool told you that that's where you're supposed to head north into the hills to get to the Orc Caves. But you are all extremely tired at this point.
Camp down just off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, y'all want to set up camp? Somebody take turns having to watch?
Start a fire. Like I said, it is kind of chilly, so it'd probably be a good idea for some warmth and it is kind of misty. It didn't quite rain in the morning, but you had that weird mist feeling. So your clothes and your boots and everything, you just feel kind of clammy. And so having a fire would probably be a good idea to keep the chill out of your bones.
Grod's against the idea of a fire.
Because it could give away our position.
Yeah.
Well, anybody walking by the road is going to see you. It isn't like you're. But unless you want to try to hide, you definitely can. You can go wandering into the hills and try to find a spot that you can, stay out of the way or stay out of sight.
Is it daytime now?
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, what's a fire going to draw that much attention compared to anything else?
Okay.
Some smoke, but the light's not.
But it's misty anyway. So yeah, let's spark up a fire. Let's do it.
All right. You get a fire going, and you put everything. You kind of use it to warm up your bones or what have you, and then let me just see here real quick. And who is going to be on watch?
I had to take twice as many steps as everybody but Minx. I'm sleeping.
Well, Grod's afraid of fire, so is it him? Watch.
Grod's afraid of fire.
Don't make me hurt you, Ingve.
I'm sorry. Don't
You're
step on
small. I'm big. I will sit on you.
me. I am. Well, you are big.
That's what a couple of Southerners keep on telling me. Yeah, Grod will take first watch.
I'll do it with Grod.
All right, God.
Finally! Hey, Grod! Up top!
Bunch of sophomores.
No, but we're peas in a pod, Grod and I, so I feel like I have to do it with him.
Are we not
I
doing,
have to stand guard with Grod.
are we not doing phrasing?
We're not doing phrasing.
We're not
I
doing
watched
phrasing?
like 2 partners tonight, I should know that. Anyway, yes. I will stand guard with Grod.
All right. I'm going to need both Grod and Minx. This is just going to be your attempt at staying awake. You are going after. Has anybody ever been in that where you're so tired that as soon as you let yourself
Like
put
Robin?
your head yeah.
That's my life.
No, as soon as you allow yourself to put your head down and actually just close your eyes and go, you're just going to be out like that. That's how your characters feel. And so Minx and Grod watches everyone else, kind of laboriously puts their bedrolls together and get them as close to the fire as possible to stay warm, and then you watch as they just junk, just turning out the lights, and they fall asleep, and you can't help but just feel both jealousy and anger towards them, and you spend a little bit of time trying to stand, and then maybe if I just leaned against this rock for a little
Hey,
while.
Grod, if you sleep with your back against my back, we gotta sleep with our heads in the mud.
It reminds me of the Family Guy episode where it's when Brian said to Chris, "Hey, don't we have to do that thing today, Chris?" And, "What thing?" "That thing you always do on the afternoon." And he's like, "Masturbate?" "Yeah." Well, maybe back to back, but I don't know. Thank you.
All right,
No,
so what am I rolling?
You are going to roll a d20, and you're going to add your Constitution modifier. So if you would just tell me your Constitution, I can tell you what the modifier is.
My Constitution is 16.
So you have a +3.
Yep.
Well, that is not good news.
All
I
right.
fall right asleep on top of Grod.
Yeah,
First time that's ever happened.
I should be awake though.
Yes. Grod, you watch as Minx just like she's like it's like, but she's had a rough day, and also she got kind of worn out too. So so she's out, and she's in mid sentence, she falls asleep, and but you soldier through and you're getting a little irritable, but you get through like about 3.5 hours, and now it's like time for somebody else to take a watch. So
all right, I'm up.
All right. So you kind of spring awake. The sleep you got definitely wasn't enough, but at least it recharged your batteries a little bit. Are you gonna get anybody else up there, Anthony? Or are you gonna do it by yourself?
I'll do it by myself a little while. I'll wait till someone starts stirring a little bit.
All right. Just roll a d20 with your
My Constitution check.
Yes.
Ooh!
God, son of a...
Asshole.
That was for Dan.
All right.
I beat Lance's roll. Oh, let me not.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry. All right. So, incredibly, luckily, Sargon falls asleep on his watch, and even with the fire and even with everything else, luckily, you manage you guys sleep through the night, and the sun comes up the next morning, and everybody kind of you're fully rested, but you kind of slowly wake up. You slept through the night, and you basically the rushing to get to where you were meant nothing at this point because you just slept it all off anyway. And you kind of all one by one you kind of wake up and you kind of come to, and you're kind of looking around and you're kind of like what days when you those days when you were in college and you fall asleep for 20 hours and you're like what day is it? You kind of wake up and you're like, wait, but no, it was the afternoon when we fell asleep. It couldn't possibly be morning. And you're kind of looking around and Grod, you kind of look over and you realize Sargon was sleeping, but maybe he woke somebody else up for watch, or you haven't. But thankfully, you're fine.
So did two groups of bandits walk by and say, "Nobody's that stupid. It's got to be a trap."
No, your fire is burnt out. I mean, and that's what saved you actually. Your fire burnt out, and so it didn't attract any attention. So, but yeah, so you all kind of wake up and you're all kind of eyeing each other. You don't know exactly what happened. All you know is that you just all slept through the night.
Grod's pissed. He's really pissed at Sargon.
I could see through my eyelids.
But you don't know because Sargon. Technically, you have no idea. Sargon might have done his watch and woke somebody up.
All right. Grod's not pissed then.
Well, it's weird that nobody else was up, when you woke up. So
You guys are awfully spunky for little sleep.
Who was on last watch? Why is it so late? Why haven't we been up for hours?
We don't
Who was
know
on
what
last
time it
watch? You can tell. And it doesn't matter, because Grod will have instincts about kind of how long he slept. He'll know that he shouldn't feel as rested as he does. Plus his back hurts, and he didn't get any action. He can tell us. So he's grumpy.
How do you know you didn't get any action, Grod?
Grod is selective.
So is it dark again? Is that what? I mean, we slept for 24 hours. Is that
No,
what happened?
it's the morning. It's
Oh, it's the
like
morning.
it's-
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
it's the
all
morning.
right. So let's get our junk together and go.
Are we seriously not doing phrasing?
I don't have any junk, so I'm less worried about it.
All right. All right. So you gather up your stuff, you gather up your camp, and you head north into the hills. And you're following the map, and you kind of go over one hill and go down another, um, uh, so they you eventually reach what looks like it's how do I can't here, let me try to explain this to you. So you see like a hill that's kind of set aside from itself, and you see that there is like it kind of drops away around the hill, kind of drops away, and there's like little crags and valleys around it, and it looks like it's very rough terrain. And you can see where there's this large these two large stone doors that like look they've been like broken open, and like you can kind of see that there's this winding path that leads to them. And you're looking at the map that you got from the wizard, and you realize this is that front door that he mentioned that you could walk in. But he told you that if you went around the pass, that there was another entrance behind that he suggested that you might want to look into taking as well.
So it's broken open, but it's closed.
Well, no, it's like kind of like these huge doors are just kind of hanging on their hinges,
Okay.
and you can see. Sargon, what did you picked? Oh, you picked lichens as your favorite enemy.
Actually, my favorite enemy, right, is just general evil outsiders.
Evil outsiders. Okay. Grodd, you as a half-orc, you can kind of see, just from your orcish parentage, that you can see that they're like the stone doors have like orcish symbols carved into them, and you can. This is obviously probably the entrance to the orc caves.
All right. Can I read them?
Well, it's not like so much like symbols like we are orcs or anything like that. It's more of just like like orcish, like the versions of like like kind of like beware, we are it's like like strength, symbols of strength and power, or like profane comments against like good-natured deities and gods, death to humans, that sort of thing. Just
I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to go in the back door.
Phrasing indeed.
So does Mix.
How far is it from here to the back door?
Okay, let's everybody get your giggles out.
How much do we have to
You're the
work
one
to
that
get
keeps
to the back
listening
door?
phrasing.
How much convincing do we have to do to get in the back door?
You think that you could just you could find a path, you could make it back there, and it would just take you maybe 20 minutes just to find. You think as long as what the wizard told you, as far as it being hidden behind some trees and some brush, it should be easy to find.
If we're going to use the back door, we really should use some safety protocols.
Jesus.
You mean like a safe word?
Porcupine.
Apples.
Just go through the tainted forest and we'll be right there.
Uh,
Fun times.
Where's Patrice?
We have to
All right.
prepare for this. We can't just like jam in there.
Well, we could at least.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Now we're done. Now,
That's why we can't have nice things.
Can I so we should just be able to go up the path?
if you want to go check out the front doors, you definitely can. I mean, you can definitely see how to get in, and this is obviously the orc caves.
Okay.
You can't imagine how this couldn't be the orc caves.
I want to know where the other entrance is because we paid for it.
Darn straight.
I agree.
And at least that way we might get an idea of whether the other guy was telling
Hey,
the
I
truth
have an
or not.
idea. Let's split the party and leave half of us here and half of us go look.
Don't split the party.
That's what you should do
Same
right there.
old time, but we'll all go the other way.
All right, let's go find the other dang entrance.
All right. You go and you kind of trek around a couple other hills because, like I said, there's these large gullies and crags, that just full of brambles and what have you, and they just kind of look a little difficult to get through. And you kind of travel around, and you come around what you think is the hill, and you're pretty sure it is that hill. And you come around and you start going through more of a wooded area. Like in front, it was kind of cleared out. There wasn't a lot of vegetation, but in the back, there's quite a bit. And you start like seeing there's trees and brush and bushes and what have you. And you don't see an entrance though. I mean, like I said, you see lots of vegetation and what have you. So it could be that one of those things where it's just you're not seeing it offhand at this moment. You guys are 3 years old. Jeez.
So we're not seeing it. I have +6 perception. Can I roll that to see if I can make out anything more specific?
You can always roll in perception if you want to tell me where you're looking and what you're trying to find.
So we're on this path, but it's turned into mostly shrubs?
No, you aren't on a path. You are actually in the wilderness at this point, and you're like just trying to make your way around these hills. Now you're looking. You think you're in the right area, according to the map that you have. You think you're in the right area to find this secret entrance or whatever that the wizard told you about. And but like he said that it was probably hidden, and the people that use it, the creatures and what have you, try to keep this way into the caves hidden because they don't want people knowing how to get in through this way.
Can I make 2 rolls? First of all, make a geography roll, compare it to the map, and then make a perception roll.
What was that first one you wanted to roll on? What?
Geography
roll?
knowledge.
Oh, geography knowledge. Okay. I thought you said jog free. I was like, yeah, you can jog free. That's fine.
That's not going to be good.
All right, your geography knowledge doesn't come up with anything, but your keen druid senses, Derek, you kind of like look and you see like it looks like like normal bushes, normal trees, whatever. But then you kind of look and you look closer and like you see that there's like these like 3 or 4 larger brambles, larger bushes that they don't look like they've been put there. Like they look like somebody has like chopped them down and placed them to look natural to block a certain look behind. And as you kind of peer, you don't approach them because you're trying to be careful or whatever. But as you like peer, you can think you can see like an entrance into the hill behind them.
Can I roll perception for looking in that area?
Well, definitely. Well, as soon as he points it out to you, you kind of squint and you're like, yeah, that might be it. Yeah, I think that's the way.
Ooh. 6 perception.
Don't worry, you see it as soon as he points it out.
Well, I sure do.
Yes.
That was a wasted roll.
So, guys, what do you think? There's clearly the secret entrance.
Does our ranger see any tracks like anybody else has been around?
I don't know.
Do I see any tracks?
Give me a survival check.
Oh my god.
Most useless ranger ever.
14
Yeah,
heard
you're
the
like-
elephant ran through. Nobody came through.
I am friggin' Dolgar tonight.
Yeah, you're like you're tripping over your own feet and you can't find anything. Yeah, you're like, yeah, there's no nothing. There's
Can I do the same check? I don't trust Sargon.
Tracking is kind of a special thing for rangers. I mean, the rangers are like they're the ones that not anybody can just. You can try, but it'll be at a pretty hefty.
He's so
minus.
confident nobody came through to here. We all believe him.
Yeah, and that's part of it too.
Nope.
All right.
Nothing happened here.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'd like to take a look at the entrance. I'll use my stealth to kind of sneak up on it, see if the
Okay.
bushes see me coming.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check for me real quick. All right. You creep up. You feel like you're moving. Very very silent and very 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 stealthy. And you approach these large bushes that have been. And you can see now, like you can see where like they've been obviously chopped down and put into place. And you get closer, but I mean they're very thick still, and you're kind of trying to peer in the cave, and you can't really see much further. And you're looking at it, it's like I mean you're gonna have to move the bushes out of the way if you're gonna want to try to get into the cave.
Can I see into the entrance, see if there's anything in there?
Yeah, I mean
Still
you can
anything?
see it. But the entrance is only about maybe 5-6 feet across, and so it's tough to really see. I mean the sun's shining into it, and you're able to like look in there, but
No
there's-
threats in the first few feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll slip back out to the group. We'll have to move the brushes to continue.
All right. So can I draw my bow and like cover whoever's pulling the brush away?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So who would like to remove the brush from the entrance?
Sure.
Set it on fire.
Now, I'm not 100% Grodd, but you might want to rethink that. Because, one, you're afraid of it, remember? But also, two, there's a lot of brush around here, and no place really to go if it gets out of control. So maybe we could, use your brute force or something to, like, clear it, maybe, instead. What do you say?
Whatever you say, Minx. So is Grodd gonna move it, or is Cheapo over there gonna do it?
The druid could use his druid power to move something,
Yeah,
since he can't use
right?
his druid power to pay for anything.
Exactly.
Let the heavyweight do it.
Can we
Well,
vote
it's
him
gotta be
off the
about size
island?
with the
Good
people.
gracious.
It's gotta be about size. All right. So Grodd'll lumber over, and he's pretty annoyed with Derek right now. And
All right, yeah. I mean, you're just gonna pick up the bushes and toss them aside.
Well, I forget what equipment I have on. Hold on a second.
Does anyone else have a ranged weapon but me?
No, I mean,
I'm sorry.
I have a great axe, but I kind of hate the idea of using it on this brush.
I was just thinking more of covering whoever's not armed right now. and
It's
pulling
not
brush
mounted.
away
It's
from-
just laying up there, so you can just pick it up, move it.
Oh, look. There it goes.
Ta-da!
Oh, good. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, Minx.
You're welcome. Your biggest cheerleader right here.
Like
So
40
how much-
feet behind her. Keep going. You're doing great.
Ah, there goes the hill.
Sucks.
There.
I hate Derek.
Cleared.
So am I literally just clearing this brush?
Yeah, I mean, what? Just are you gonna pick it? I mean, they're not. They're just. It always stuns me, like how like something simple gets turned into something huge by the player characters.
It's gone.
They're bushes. Yeah, they're bushes that you can just. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. They're just bushes that like somebody or something has cut down and then placed in front of the cave to like try to hide it. That's all it is.
It's
That's
like
what I'm saying.
discarded
It's like I'm
Christmas
just kind of
trees.
pulling them off to the side.
Bush
It
it
just
is.
kind of
Okay,
clears
yeah.
them away.
Is
Does
it-
Grodd
yeah.
run into one he can't move?
No, you
course
pick
not.
one up and toss it to a side. You pick another one up, toss it to the side. You pick the last one up, toss it to the side. You now see there's this like about
Can I
5 or 6
accidentally hit Derek with one of them as I'm tossing the side?
All of them.
Accidentally.
You could heave one backwards and hopefully hit him, but
Who's
meaningfully.
carrying all our gold in the first place? Actually, now that I think about it, is it Derek? Does he have the group's gold?
Yep.
We gotta change that. We're changing that if we survive this dungeon.
Hey, at least he's cheap with our money right now.
I don't care.
All right.
All
So
right.
you have this like 5 or 6 foot opening that is to this cave, and it's dark inside, and your half orc eyes, however, you when you get a little bit closer, your dark vision comes into effect, and as you look inside, you can see there is about a what you can see anyway because of the fact that you're in there, but it looks like it's a small little cavern. It's maybe 20 feet by 30 feet long, north-south, 20 feet east-west, and you're looking inside. It looks you can't really see everything that's in there, but it's you don't see any like things jumping out at you and like trying to stab you or anything like that. It's pretty standard.
Can I feel on the ground for any stones about hand size?
Like you can find some. You can grab some rocks. It's no big deal. Yeah, just go ahead.
I just want a couple of those.
Should have
Okay,
named your
yeah.
character Ludo. Ludo the fox.
Is it worth rolling for perception or anything here?
You can always tell me if you want to look, but I mean, most often, if I think there's a reason for something you can normally see, I'm just going to tell you what you can see. I'm not going to. I'll just tell you what you perceive. If I think there's something specific that I need you to like have it like that's hidden, I'll ask you to roll perception. So.
All right.
Just in this goes for everybody. You can just say, "What do I see?" and I will tell you exactly what your character sees. And then, if like I said, if there's something special, then I'll have you roll. I much appreciate actually like players saying like if I describe a room, and like I say, there's a pile of clothing in the northwest corner. You can see a broken down desk over here, things like that. If a player says, "I'm going to go, poke my sword into the clothing and see what's there," then I'll say, "Okay, thank you. Go ahead and roll perception if like you're trying to see something." That's the way I like to handle it. Instead of somebody just saying, "I'm going to roll perception. What do I see?" Just because I believe acting out what your character does is more important than the roll. And if you give me a good description of what you're doing, then sometimes I will just say you'd see it, or whatever you're looking for, you'd find it because of what you're telling me. So, there you go, my little diatribe. So.
No, it's great.
I'm going to draw my rapier, and I'm going to start sneaking down the hallway.
Oh, it's not a hallway. It's like an open cavern.
I'm going to start sneaking into the cavern, I should say.
Okay. Okay. You start creeping in, and like you notice that the ground is like kind of covered in this kind of coarse gravel, and so you're pretty light on your feet, and you're starting to move in. And as you glance down over to your left, as you walk in, just tucked in like in the corner of this cavern, the first thing you notice is that there is a passageway leading out of this small cavern to the southeast, and there's another one leading out to the southwest. But you see that there is a severed head lying on the floor of the cavern, like right to the left of your feet. Like you kind of look down, and you're like, ugh. And you look down, and then just resting right there.
Do I see any signs of any traps or devices?
On the head? No. The head looks like a
around the
severed
area.
head.
Around the head, like something may have lopped its head off.
Oh, you look around and like you're looking for maybe like a guillotine blade or something,
Exactly.
and you're looking around but no, you don't see anything, and this and you look closer and it looks like this head wasn't like cut off. It looks like it was ripped off.
Ooh.
And looking closer, you realize it is the head of a hobgoblin.
Oh, it's a monster's head.
Yes.
Okay. So, empty cavern, hobgoblin head, and a couple of passageways.
One to the southeast and one to the southwest. Is the rest of the party joining him in the cavern, or?
Yes.
Shouldn't we?
All right.
Yeah.
So
And
you,
as the light begins to dim from the hallway, from the entrance, I'll start casting a light spell on the rock that I picked up to produce some light for Anthony and myself to be able to see better.
okay. Derek, you wield a scimitar or a sickle? I forget what you have for a weapon.
I have a dagger, a quarterstaff, and a sling.
Okay. So you're just gonna carry the quarterstaff in one hand and hold the rock in the other. Is that my understanding? And then maybe you'll drop the rock if you have to.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. All right. So you're in this cavern. It's about 20 feet by 30 feet. You're kind of peering around. Those of you that are armored. I don't think there's anybody really in metal armor. I mean, even the cleric is in leather.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of armor do you have, Minx?
Studded leather.
Yeah, so I mean you have some, and then and Stargon.
Studded leather.
Yeah, so you are actually a very quiet party, relatively speaking. You don't have the clanking tank bot that is Dulgar with you right now. So
Where's Dulgar?
But you can. I haven't heard from him. He supposedly said he was going to be able to make it later, so it is now technically later. But
where is he thematically?
Well, Dulgar he was held back because his hand axe was almost done, and so he said he'd catch up with you later, because his friend at the smith was going to make him that hand axe that had his family name inscribed on the side. So. Hopefully Dulgar will be able to join you soon. So, very nice. All right, so there you go. So you have a couple of passageways leading out that you can definitely take, and let me know what you think you're going to do and who's going to do it.
Well, there's 2 ways deeper in. Which way do you guys prefer to go? South this way or that way?
To the southeast or to the southwest?
I don't know what direction it is. I'm in a cave.
And Grodd can see in the dark?
Yep.
Yep. If you guys give me 30 seconds. Well, actually, give me more like a minute. And I might have something that might describe this a little bit better for you. So discuss what you guys should discuss right now. Tell me your marching order. Like who is going to be in front, who's going to be, so when you guys are walking down the hallway, I have a good idea of where everybody is situated.
Well, I'd like to try to use stealth to scout our path for us as much as possible.
I'd like to keep the humans who can't see a darn thing near the back.
Okay, a couple things to remember is that if the humans are using light, obviously what's easier to see? Yeah, well, what's easier to see? If you have a flashlight looking for the homicidal maniac in the dark, it's tough for you to see but the homicidal maniac can see you because you're holding onto the flashlight. So
put him in the front. Sacrificial land. There's nobody else here. We'll just walk in a straight line, just like.
Keep
So
moving.
Grodd knows that, this being the cave of his, genetic brethren of sorts, he's kind of trying to get a sense to see if anything, if the southwest or the southeast path feels better or more dangerous. There's this head on the ground, so he's kind of opening his senses a little to see if he can hear anything down either of those caves or smell anything down either of those paths that indicates which one may have more danger or where there may be activity.
Is that your lunch on the ground there, Grodd?
Everybody's got to eat.
Let me ask you this: do you have what feats do you have?
Feats?
Yeah, You took a feat
I
or
got a
whatever.
left and a right.
Feats. I'm armor proficiency, improved channel, shield proficiency, simple weapon proficiency. I'm a caretaker and suspicious. That's it.
All right, so okay, yeah, so you kind of open your ears, you open your eyes, and you're kind of just sitting there, and like you kind of remember like when you were kind of more immersed in the in the half orc or the orc world, if you will. You can remember that like a lot of times, and not just orcs would do this. Like if they wanted to try to intimidate somebody and being scared, they would leave a after they find a dead body, whether they killed it or not, they would leave it by the door. Just like it's one of those things where it's like to show how tough you are, kind of thing, if you will. So it doesn't necessarily mean that something didn't kill it, but that it could just also be just another way to
A ruse.
A ruse, yes. Your cunning attempt to deceive. One of those things. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it is or isn't. It just means that it's whatever is here. It might maybe it's somebody trying to pretend they're tougher than they really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this crowd's gonna kind of lightly kick at the ground near the head and kind of just shake his head a little bit, and the head was in front of the southwest passage.
It was actually just tucked right in the door.
Oh, okay. So not angled
was.
towards one or the other. Sorry, I missed that.
No, yeah, it was just kind of like tucked down, and
Okay.
and they were trying to
Was
like
it fresh?
Yep.
It was fairly fresh. I mean, it wasn't like still bleeding or anything like that. It was it had definitely it had been there for a little while at least. So
Minx, which way do you want to go?
I'm feeling southeast.
There we go. Anybody want to argue with that?
I'll let you know once we get on the path.
Is Tam scouting ahead?
Yeah, well,
Okay, just give me a second here.
1,000.
Do we want to pick the order that we're walking?
Yeah, that was something I actually asked you to do.
Grodd, you want to be leading?
Grodd is your cleric. Do you want Grodd to be the front of the line?
I just want somebody big and heavy.
I think the idiot with the light should be in the front.
Who's the idiot with the light?
Derek cast a spell on a stone.
I'll put the stone into the quarterstaff head and then hold it above so I can be right at the back if needs be.
Oh, you have one of those cool quarterstaves you can just put a stone in?
And then light us all up so they know how many of those there are with our stealthy armor. I don't like that plan. You get in the front.
Get in the front, Derek.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just trying to remember. What is the one thing? How do I share a picture again in Roll20?
I don't know.
In the journal, handouts.
With a
I'm
little
just trying to
news
see
thing. Are we in the
music
sewer?
and chat.
GM info overlay? No.
Is it the handouts?
You don't like my drawing?
No, I think your drawing is amazing. But
Oh, you're doing that drawing? I didn't realize you were doing
Yes.
that drawing.
Yes.
You're amazing.
dang it, I don't know how to do it again.
What's that?
Hold on.
Hey.
Journal.
Someone else is doing that.
There's this thing in handouts.
Yeah, there's a sewer map or a sewer map, a wilderness map, and an in-home map.
Yep.
Dang it.
You just had a turn order thing come up. That could be the marching order.
Really? What is that? Okay, so which way are you going to go? Southwest or southeast?
I said southeast.
All right. So who's leading the way in southeast?
I'm going to sneak ahead.
All right. And then how far ahead are you let him go? Just maybe like 10 feet or so, or?
I'm thinking I'll try to sneak ahead so that I'm out of the light that they're casting.
Well, I mean, when you do that, though, I mean, you're definitely asking for trouble. I mean, just so you know. I mean, if you're going to wander off and
well, not
I
like
think you should be at like the edge of the light. I mean,
yeah, right at about the edge, about 20 feet ahead.
10, 20 feet, yeah.
Okay. So you start moving forward, Tam, and you start creeping down this passageway, and you think like you're kind of looking forward. Your eyes are trying to get used to the darkness, and as you're moving forward, you hear like what sounds like a kind of like a weird pulley or something going off, and you realize that you hit a tripwire, and you look up, and you see a large net comes falling from the ceiling. And let me just see.
Can I roll out of the way with my acrobatics?
No, it gets a free attack on you to see if it lands on top of you, which is probably likely. Hold on. Oh yeah.
Oh.
So you watch as everybody kind of watches this large net. You can see it has weights on the end and has like hooks and things like that, and it lands on top of Tam, and it pins him to the ground. And you're like sitting there, and you're like, "What the?" You're stunned for just a brief moment, and then you hear a shrieking noise, which you recognize immediately as the sound of the yipping of kobolds. And these small, if anybody doesn't know what a kobold is a very small reptilian creature. They stand about the same size as minks. Actually, kobolds and gnomes hate each other.
Super excited about this.
Yes, they absolutely despise one another. And so 5 of them come rushing out of the tunnel to the southeast and charge the party. So at this point, we are now in combat. So everyone is going to need to make an initiative check. Now, if anyone remembers how to do this, you just take your initiative modifier and you add that to a d20 roll. And then after you get that,
I will completely do that when I can figure out where the heck my initiative is.
please
Oh, there it is.
remember what
I
your
found
roll
it.
was.
I found it.
Jeez, 20, 18. Everybody's just going crazy with the rolls here.
Not all of us, Grog. Oh, that's right. You have no initiative.
Grog, your initiative modifier will be your dex bonus, plus possibly any like if you took improved initiative, which you didn't because you didn't mention that you had it. So just whatever your dex modifier is.
Do you understand Mandarin?
Do I understand Mandarin? Yes, I understand Mandarin. All right, so are you going to be our initiative person again there, Derek?
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yep.
All right. So 5 of these little creatures come roaring out of the tunnel to the southeast, and they look like they're charging Tam. They pulled out these little spears, and they look like they want to stab him before he can get out of the net. Anybody that so starting, who's the first to act out of the total?
Yngve.
Yeah, I think it's me.
So Yngve, you see these murderous these little kobolds with murderous intent. Does anybody speak Draconian as a language?
Nope.
Hold on. Where would I? I'm looking. Nope.
If you do your personal tab.
Yeah. Nope.
All right. So those of you then can charge forward And if you, what do you want to do, Ingve? I mean, you're just gonna start strumming your lute and sing a
Your
song.
Stratocaster.
Does lullaby affect everybody? Even is it friendly fire?
Well, lullaby works better on people that aren't already fighting.
Okay, got it.
You're not gonna convince somebody to stop fighting after they've their blood is boiling, if you will.
All right.
So go ahead.
I was going to say basically, I'm just going to pull out my rapier and take a slash at the first one I can approach.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're gonna kind of charge in front of Tam so they can't get to him, or what do you?
Yeah. I'm going to go. If they're making a beeline for Tam, I'll try to get between Tam and them, and just try to take a slash at the first one that gets to me.
All right. Everybody kind of meets in the middle, and they run up to you, and you can go ahead and make a roll on one of them as they come forward. So go ahead and please roll your attack. So that is a d20 plus your attack bonus.
Okay. Looking for the attack bonus on the sheet. Somebody help me out. Where is it?
It'd be on your strength bonus, probably.
The +2 on the strength bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you leap forward and you sink your rapier deep into the hide of one of them. Rapier does d6 damage plus whatever strength bonus you have.
+2, yeah.
All right. It shrieks and falls to the ground, spasming blood out of a vicious wound in its side, and it is down for the count. Who's up next?
Tam, who's on the...
I'm in the
Tam.
net.
You are stuck in the net. So at this point, because you are entangled, you can attempt to disentangle yourself with a roll against. You're going to need to. Do you have escape artist? I'm sure you do. You're a.
Yes, I do have
you're
escape
a rogue.
artist.
So I'm going to need you to make a roll. If that's what you want to do, that's your full round action. You're trying to untangle yourself from this net. It's very large and it's very heavy, so I mean it's going to be difficult. But just go ahead and make a roll for me, please. All right, you struggle and you twist and turn, and all you do is you end up pulling the net in closer amongst you, and you feel like no damage, or like the barbs of the net like actually start digging deeper into like your armor and into your clothes. You're not like, it's like there's maybe like little cuts and stuff, but nothing like getting cut like with a fish hook or something like that. It isn't like it's doing damage. So you are unfortunately unable to escape from the net at this time. Who's up next?
Derek.
I will be slightly taken aback by the fact that these kobolds have charged us, and will run up to one and try and bop him on the head with my quarterstaff.
All right. Same deal.
Plus
D20 plus your attack bonus. So you probably have a +1 just from being a first level person, and then plus whatever your strength modifier is.
Yeah, which is nothing. Attack bonus. Where's my attack bonus on here?
I don't know. I can't see your sheet of paper.
I know.
But like, if your strength, what's your strength? What's your strength stat?
It's 0. I haven't got a bonus on it.
All right. So then what is it? 10, 11?
10.
So 0, and you as a first level druid, I believe you have a +1 to hit. So just roll D20 +1. Well, you connect with your staff. Now go ahead and roll 1d6 with no modifier.
Oh.
You're gonna wanna roll.
You didn't roll. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
You bash one over the head, and he slumps to the ground unconscious. Who's up next?
That would be me. All right. So.
Now it's Sargon's time to shine.
Ooh.
Look at this guy.
Oh.
All right. So
Fancy.
that was your attempt to determine whether or not they truly were kobolds.
And I get 1d8 plus 2.
Last time I checked, I didn't hear a declaration of intention. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
who you hitting? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm beating the crap out of him.
All right,
What do you
with
think I'm
1
doing?
point of damage. So yeah, you give one a nasty cut in its side, but he's still coming. And who's up next?
Is that me? I don't know. I'm not tracking.
Anthony's keeping track of initiative, so Anthony, who's up next?
No, Minx is next, but that should be 3 points of damage. I
Yes.
get plus 2 on that.
It's still, yes, 3 is still not enough. You're the only one who
I know, I'm
can't
just letting you
kill a
know.
kobold.
Just
All right.
clarifying.
I'm not a fan of these SOBs, as we all know, kobolds.
Yeah.
So I am going to try to go after one that Anthony did not hit. That
Okay.
is still up.
All right. There are 3 still up and rolling around.
So that, oopsie, sorry. Figure it out.
Ugh.
Roll 1d20 plus 3. No,
Cut her off.
that's not
You
good.
can, no. You let her rage, but maybe it's the chafing or something. You don't know, but you're unable to connect with your swing, and
Swing and a miss.
a kobold chitters at you angrily and dodges out of the way.
Grodd.
I believe. Yep, we have Grodd is up.
And I still have 3.
There's still 3, and there's one that has a nasty cut in its side.
So, as just a novice question, right? Because I really, I'm still a noob.
I know you. I mean, you. It's not like you've had like a month and a half to read the rules. I completely understand.
Wow.
Yikes.
Mm.
So what's your question, Suze? Go ahead. I'm getting an evil look.
So I have burning hands, which will radiate out and hit everything in a certain cone-shaped 30 feet out in front of me.
That is correct. And you have burning hands because you are a cleric of fire, or what? How do you have the burning hands spell?
It came with my cleric ability.
All right, so
It's my domain. I chose the domain of fire and healing.
There you go. Okay, very good. Yes. So basically, what burning hands is picture like somebody approaching and like putting their hands out like this. If you can look at my picture here, if I'm animated for you, and you kind of put your hands out, and then basically a jet of flame comes out of each one of your fingers.
No, I get that. So
okay.
I guess the
And
question
so-
is if that's a spell.
Yes, it's a spell. So you could cast it, but here's the problem: is that you are now everybody's like rolling around in combat, and chances are you're gonna get somebody, one or two of your compatriots if you cast the spell, because it's a cone. So it's like,
Yep.
and the kobolds are in melee combat.
Okay, so then I also have firebolt, which is targeted at one enemy.
Okay, but you have to choose those spells. Remember, Suze. You don't just get to pick whatever you want whenever you want. You have to choose your spells each morning. And I'm sorry if I didn't explain that to you. That's my fault as well. But I can't see what's in front of you.
Is that not chosen? I have 4 spells.
Okay. Oh, okay. You chose Firebolt as well, because normally you only choose one domain spell. You choose one domain spell, and the rest of the spells are like your normal cleric spells.
Oh, okay. Okay, my domain spell is Burning Hands, and then my other spells are Detect Magic, Guidance, Resistance, Command, and Cure Light Wounds.
That makes sense. Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, kobolds to be kind of weak little creatures, so it might behoove you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess I don't understand why I have Firebolt as... Oh, so abilities to activate and resources used are the ones I don't have available to me that I could activate?
I honestly, since I don't know how Hero Lab works, you're probably asking the wrong person.
Sorry.
I do know how. I know that's cool. I'm not really well versed with Hero Lab, and that's cool. I appreciate what the app does for you guys. But Normally, as a what's your wisdom as a cleric?
18.
All right, so you get a ton of bonus spells. So what you have at first level is you normally, like if you're just a standard cleric, you'd get one spell and one domain spell. But in your situation, you're getting 3 first level spells and 1 domain spell. So you choose the domain spell, which is Burning Hands, and your other 3 spells, you get to pick any of the first level cleric spells that you want.
Right.
So you could take a Cure Light Wounds. You could take, like, I mean, there's tons of first level spells. Bless is one. Things like that.
Right, and it looks like I took Cure Light Wounds and Command and Burning Hands.
Yep. Like, so you'd have one more. So like Bless is always a great spell because it gives everybody a +1 to hit. You can cast Bless and it makes everybody fight better. Or take another Cure Light Wounds because you got a lot of people in the party and they're going to get hurt. So more healing is always good as well.
All right. Well, I have what I have, and I'm kind of confused by it. So I will just swing my Great Axe at the kobold that is closest to Minx.
All right. Go ahead and roll d20.
All right.
So it's what's your strength bonus?
My strength is +2.
All right. So d20. Roll d20 +3, Suze.
But that's what I sound like. Shut up.
Okay, fine. Rah.
That's also what Grodd sounds like.
Rah.
Rhiannon. Stay in game.
Oh. Well, yeah. So you so now when you roll damage, remember you do your bonus strength damage plus half. So because you're using a two-handed weapon, so you're gonna roll d12 +3 when you roll your damage.
Smash. Oops. Hold on.
Well, that's fine. It's 9. 6 + 3, 9. It's easy.
No, okay.
You rolled a d12. You got a 6. So yeah, you cleave one nearly in two and send it flying. So there are 2 kobolds left. All right.
2 left?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
this
2.
guy was sleeping.
Yeah. So the 2 kobolds will attack, and then you hear the sound of more yipping behind you, and you turn and you see another 9 kobolds racing in behind you. So it looks like they've caught you in a classic pincher movement. So the first one will attack Minx, and Minx, I'm going to need to know what your armor class is.
16.
Please. All right. And the little creature raises up its spear in anger and tries to hit you. And he does.
He does indeed.
So, yeah, you feel the spear bite inside you, and doing a point of damage.
Oh.
It gives you a little cut on your wrist as the spear blade kind of like you kind of block it with your axe, but when you blocked it, it bounced off and then gave you a little cut on the side of your wrist. And then the other one will attack Anthony, who isn't here. Thanks, Anthony, who didn't do it. Well, you know what? He's going to try to stab Tam, who's still on the ground. So, Tam, what is your armor class without your dex bonus? Because you are stuck on the ground.
Am I considered grappled, or just take my entire dex bonus out?
Take your entire dex bonus off.
All right, hold on. Let me fix my condition then. It would be 13.
Okay. And he's still like the spear still just jams into your armor and does not pierce the skin. So there you go. All right, so we're back around to the top. And who went first? Ingve went first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So it's the one that just tried to attack Tam. I want to attack him.
All right, go ahead.
With another rapier shot.
There you go. And then you swing high and you miss, and the kobolds seem to be emboldened now that they see their compatriots running up behind you.
My bad. He's so short. I missed. I'm sorry.
All right, and what do we have up next?
Tam.
Tam, you can try to escape again. Tam's had an exciting adventure so far.
And it's
Yeah,
invisible.
the net is just wrapping itself around you. You can't even you can't believe that you're stuck. We're just glad that the spirit didn't kill you. Who's up?
Derek.
How solid is that net? Is it just rope or? Hello?
I'm sorry. What was that?
How solid is the net? How easy would it be to cut through the net?
Well, it would probably be easy, but you'd probably run the risk of cutting Tam at this point because he's like rolling on the ground and it's wrapping itself around.
I'm just glad she didn't set it on fire.
The last one that's in front of us.
There's two left.
Attack now one's in front of us with my quarterstaff.
Hold on 1 second here. Bill Webb, one of the authors of this, who's watching us right now, and he says he's enjoying it. He said that he would like you guys to contact him at necromancergames@yahoo.com. Write that down. And he's going to send you the PDF for the player's guide to the lost city of Barakus. So
Yay!
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
you say Necromancer Games?
necromancergames@yahoo.com. Just and then just shoot him in his, and tell him you're one of the players in the online game, and he's gonna shoot it off to you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Woo!
Okay, so who was up next now? I apologize.
It was me. I
It's there.
just rolled it. I just attacked one of the ones in front of us.
Look at you. Look at these rolls.
Yeah, the pacifist did 1 point of damage.
All right, you bonk another one on the head, and yeah, it doesn't slow him down at all. There are 11 now on you, like just crowding into this little corridor. Everybody's like, these guys are just running over the top of you and just trying to stab you. It's crazy. I believe who's up next? Everybody goes before him. So
That's me. I'm two-handing my sword.
all right,
Of course you are.
all right. So now go ahead and add your. You do an extra 50%. So what's your strength modifier?
+2.
So you'll do +3 damage with your sword. Are you attacking the one you hurt? Okay.
Yes.
You kill the one that you hurt before. You cut him to the ground and finish him off. There are 10 left. Who is up?
Good gosh.
Minx.
All right, Minx. Time to shine.
I'm gonna hopefully. I mean, I have my axe. I'll try to attack a thing.
Are you going to rage, Minx? These are like things.
Hey, how does rage work?
Does
As a barbarian, you can choose to rage, and that adds
Yep.
to your strength, and it adds basically. And so when it adds to your strength, it adds to your gives you a bonus to hit and damage.
So can I hit more with that, or it just makes me
Well,
stronger?
it makes you stronger. It doesn't make you faster, if you will.
Okay.
But it also gives you some bonus hit points as well. So.
All right.
Does
Let's do
anybody
that.
have
I got
any?
8 of those.
Does anybody have anything that can do AOE?
What's AOE?
Area of effect. Affect more than one person.
No, I do not.
She
Well,
might have burning hands of things coming up behind.
She has burning hands, but the problem, once again, is that you have you're all like in melee now. So she uses it. There's a really good chance that she'll get somebody in the party as well.
I didn't know if she could get the ones coming up from the other direction.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on
wondering.
doing.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get a few that route if you want to go that way.
That's what I was planning on doing.
Let me just see here, just quickly. I'm going to tell Minx what she can do. You get
Looks
a
like I could
+4.
probably do something.
You will with when you rage, you get a +4 bonus to both your strength and constitution. So you get a +2 to hit and damage, and a +2 and 2 more hit points. So
Okay. So
there
I'll
you
do
go.
that once for one of these guys, I guess.
Yeah. So rage lasts for a few rounds. It's like because you're
Fucking kobolds.
yeah. There you go. Who do you lose?
Robin.
Robin. Oh well, he'll get back on, I'm sure.
So I did a 21.
All right, yeah, you hit. So now what you're gonna end up doing is, because you have +2 to your strength. What's your strength again? normally?
Oh boy.
I think you have a
Plus
14
2.
or a 16.
Yeah, 14. So I have a plus 2 normally. So I have a plus
So you
4
have,
now.
you have a 16 strength, so you'll have a plus 3, but you're using your hand axe your great axe two-handed, so add 4 to your damage. So roll d12 plus 4. And I don't think you can't not kill one. So go ahead and.
Don't underestimate me, Lance.
Well, I don't think your die has a 0 on it, so yeah,
I think I killed it.
Yeah, you literally cut one in half. You take them apart at the shoulders. So.
Ah,
Suck it,
girl,
Cobalt.
Nice job.
Ooh.
And who's up next?
Grodd.
Yep.
All right, Rod. I am going to rule. Hold on a second here. You can affect 4 kobolds with your Burning Hands spell if you wish, without having that are racing down the corridor to attack.
Right. So Grodd realizes that they're about to be pigeoned in, even and there seems to be plenty of attention on the one remaining one in front of us because Minx was awesome. Good job, Minx. So Grodd sweeps around and he's focusing on the kobolds that are running up behind and raises his big old half-orc hands and shoots them out there and casts his hands get all hot and flames shoot out of it, lighting up the corridor, and you hear the kobolds scream as they realize a fire is coming at them.
Yes, you do. So now, look at the damage. Do you have the damage handy for Burning Hands?
Do I have to roll a success, or it just happens?
It just happens. You're gonna burn them down.
Okay. Do I know that it's
Burning Hands will do 1d4 points of damage per caster level. So you're going to do a d4 damage, and then you're going to. Yes, there you go. So just go ahead and roll 1d4, and you're gonna burn a bunch of them down.
Oh God. Oh, I'm so nervous.
No, that's good damage. So yeah, you watch as a few of them shriek and curse, and you even see a couple of them fall to the ground, writhing and from their burns. And,
are they still on fire? Like, were they wearing like old skins or something, or like cloth, like little, like Fred Flintstone style sashes that are like on fire now?
You don't see any. You see? Weren't you afraid of the fire before, Grodd? Now all of a sudden, now you're all like, I like the fire.
Burn it all with fire.
Not when I'm burning kobolds. That's fun.
You're a sociopath. No, the ones that are on the ground that are dead, they're still burning, and whatever. So what we have now is we're going to go ahead and so now there's, I believe, let's see, you killed 2 of them there, and you killed Nuts. So then if I'm counting them down correctly, we have 8 kobolds left, and they see the gnome and they hate gnomes. So 3 of them are going to attack Ham. 2 of them are going to attack the person that just set fire to them, and of the remaining 3, we'll roll randomly, see where they go. So first of all, the first 3 that attack the gnome barbarian. That's a miss. That is a miss. That is a hit. So we'll go ahead and roll.
Don't sound so happy about the hit.
That's 3 points of damage. You watch as you're all angry and yelling at the kobolds and trying to kill them, and one of them sneaks behind you and stabs you in the back of the leg.
Goddamn son of a bitch!
So then the other ones, the 2 of them that attack Grodd, what is your armor class, please?
10?
10? No, it can't be 10. You're wearing leather armor. And what's your dex?
It says 10. My dex is 11.
Did you turn on your armor in the application?
Did you equip your armor in the app?
In my day, we didn't use crazy apps to tell us what our.
I don't know.
had
It says it's plus
paper
2.
and pencil.
Click your armor tab, Suze.
Yeah, I did.
The checkbox next to it.
There's a minus. Oh, not equipped. Hidden on main screen.
So check the box so it adds it to you. And you
No, that's
should get-
fine. She has 10 armor class. I can work with
Not
that.
equipped shown on main screen. So go to my main screen. Leather armor. Equipped. Ah, equipped. Armor class is 12.
There you go.
There we go. All right, so
Don't
let's
you
go.
judge me, Lance.
I am judging. Go get yourself an old fashioned.
I already get enough shit for doing app segments. Jesus.
Do you
All right,
play
hold
real
on.
board games?
Yeah. Oh. look at
Cardboard So 1992.
that. Yeah, it is. All right, here we go. That is going to be one hit, and that is going to be a miss. So one hit for 5 points of damage. One of them just like you're so busy, you're so proud, you're reveling in the fire and watching these kobolds writhe in pain, and one of them sneaks beside and just finds a weak spot in your armor and just jams his spear right into your ribs, and you maybe you even feel like one of them crack a bit as he turns the blade and pulls it out, and a fresh gout of your greenish orcish blood pours out of the wound.
Tis but a scratch.
So let's see here. Do 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's gonna be one on the 3 left. There's one on Robin, or one on one on Derek, and there's going to be one on Tam, trying to get him as he's still on the ground, and one on Ingve, who has been dancing around. So let's see here. Ingve, give me your armor class.
Yes. 15.
All right. You are missed. You watch as you chortle happily as you knock a weak sword swing, spear stab at you away. Derek, I think that's going to hit you. Yep. You grimace as a spear enters your side. Doing 3 points of damage. He cuts a long scar on the back of your thigh. And Tam, as you're on the ground, you can't roll away. But luck is with you still. Is like they're just trying to the spear gets tangled up in the netting that's holding you down, and he can't somehow get the blade into you. So there's still the 8 left. Let's go ahead and go back up to the top, and that I believe is Ingve.
How many do we have left now?
There are 8 kobolds left.
And are they are all on us, or are there still some charging?
There's one that's over here with the group by the net.
Okay.
And then there's all those other ones there's only 2 on fire behind us.
Okay.
This whole combat is very compacted. You're in this 15-foot wide corridor, and it's very chaotic. I mean, if you want, you can attack whatever you really want to.
All right. The one that's still trying to stab Tam, but somehow can't get his spear through the net, I'll swing at him again.
All right. Very good. Yeah, you run up to him to cut him down, but he sees you coming. He just ducks his head underneath your thrust with your rapier, and you miss him.
All right, I'm going to put the sword away. I'm going to just start standing over here and singing for a little bit, because obviously I can't hit anything.
Smack him with your guitar.
That's right. Pull my telly off the back of me.
All
Tam,
right,
try to get out.
Tam, try to get out of the netting, or you just want to lie there and take it?
Oh, I've been lying here taking it.
I know.
Nope, same damn rolls last time.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just you just curl up in a heap. You've just accepted it. At this point you're just like, go team.
Oh, you can't hit me anyway. I might as well stay in the net.
All right,
Derek.
All right,
Yeah,
Derek.
I'll go for the one left by Tam, which Ingwe missed before.
Okay, go ahead. You missed. Horrible. You swing. You just not even close. Just
I'm
ducks
going for
underneath
that same
it.
one.
All right.
I'm going for the same one. Oh, come on!
Yeah, this guy he's like dancing back and forth, bouncing off the wall, like he's just like he can't believe how lucky he's getting, getting out of the way of your attacks. Then I think we're going over to Minx, I believe.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I'm still raging because
you are.
Yeah, Minx,
So-
what's your damage at?
I'm at 12.
How much life do you have left? How many hit points do you have left? 12. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, technically speaking, unless somebody yells out like "I'm dying" or something like that, Grodd, and just you didn't know this, Grodd, you need to actually take an action to kind of like look around and see who's hurt, because remember
I have
this
to
is a
take
very
an action to look around.
well.
You explained in the first one that Grodd and I are so well connected, he would know this information because he's always looking out for me. Always.
Yes.
Somebody
But
garage
did you-
sale the other night.
Yeah. But does Rod know you have crabs? No.
I'm a very safe Minx. Thank you very
Hey,
much.
Grodd can be
Safety
discreet.
first.
He may know. He just doesn't spread that around.
No,
picks
no,
Rod
up.
That's
Big
one
one.
true friend. I think I missed the kobold.
what I'm saying is that your players should be very vocal. The characters should be vocal, like, "Hey, I'm dying," or something like that. Don't rely on you guys to like kind of break it. I realize we're learning how to play as this is, but you kind of you break the immersion, if you will, when you're like, "How many hit points do you have?" Instead, you should be saying, it's like, "Oh, it's like, God, I feel myself slowing down. The blood loss is so much. I really need a healing spell." Something like that. I'm just throwing it out there. But
Hey, I'm stuck in a net.
yeah.
I'm too angry. I must have missed this one. Blinded by my rage.
All right, Minx.
The green guy couldn't pull the net off of me. Thanks.
You get to rage because of your constitution. You actually rage for, I think, your con is 18, right? Minx?
Yep.
Yeah, so you rage for 8 rounds. So,
Okay.
so you got plenty of time to rage. So go
Okay.
ahead and if you're gonna make an attack.
I did the D20 plus 6.
Oh, yeah, your target dances away from you once again. So, all right.
Come on, Grodd.
Grodd.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. We have 8 left.
8 left. Yeah, you guys have not had a good round.
There's one by the net, and then all the other ones you set on fire. Or tried to, like over by the fire.
And my side has a hurt in it.
Yeah, your side does have a hurt in it. This is a good round for the DM. This is lots of 4 rolls. People are getting hurt. There's blood in the air. I can feel a critical hit coming.
Don't be that guy, Lance.
I have to be that guy. I let the dice. What are you doing, Grodd?
Are you throwing like actual dice?
I'm trying to figure something out.
If you had the book, you could just turn to the page. And are you trying to cast a healing spell? What do you want to do, Grodd? Tell me.
I wanna.
I want to rock.
But I have to take a frickin' action to look around to see if anybody needs help, right?
Well, no, I mean, like, if somebody wants to, like, yell out at this point, because talking is free. It isn't like you have to wait for your turn and then say what you're doing. So, like, if somebody at this point in the party says, "I'm dying, you need to heal me," then this would be a good time for somebody to say that. I don't want to like put lead you by the nose to the trough here, but
I'm not dead, but I'm still stuck in a net.
and Grodd, yourself, you've taken a pretty vicious wound in the side, so I mean if that's something.
Grodd, I
want
think you should fix yourself. Fix yourself, Grodd. You're not looking good from down here. You're kind of getting some blood on me. I'm not a fan of that.
Don't
Let's clean up.
really.
Let's clean
Yeah,
up.
I don't really have anything to do that for myself right now. I don't think because I'm not going to use my.
You can cast healing on yourself.
Yeah, I can cure light wounds, but then it's done. That's the only one I get.
Well, if you're dead, it's going to be gone.
Cure yourself, Grodd. Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't leave me, Grodd. Don't make me get all emotional. Just
You know me. I always listen to. Okay, so Grodd realizes that he's starting to lose blood, and he's not going to help the team if he's down for the count. So he'll cure light wounds on himself to try to solve this little nagging spear hole in his ribs.
All right, so because you have the domain of healing, you get a +1 per caster level bonus to your heal. So roll 1d8 + 1. That is the number of hit points that you will heal.
Done.
There you go. So yeah, you feel the wound magically heal. The slight cracks in your ribs that were placed there, you can feel the bones knit, and you're as good as new. All right, so here we go. We have, once again, we have the... Yeah, that's nice. That's nice, Keith. We have the 3 that are on Minx. Let's see what they get here. And that's a miss. That is going to be a hit.
Not good. Not good. 16.
You're a 16 armor class? Okay. Actually, no, because when you rage, you actually lose armor class because you aren't paying attention, so the 14 actually does hit you as well.
Oh.
So, the first... We'll do... Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's not the right one. Sorry. All right, so you get this slight cut on your cheek, and like where you're like, for the 1 point, you're just kind of like, what the heck? And you're like, oh, and all of a sudden then you look down and you're like, oh, why is it so tough to breathe? And you realize that like another one has come up and just stabbed you through the chest and like and punctured one of your lungs. And
Mix!
And so now we have 2 of them attacking the orc cleric, half-orc cleric. That is a miss. Oh, that is a hit. So you get done casting your spell, and you're all like, oh, that's good. But then right again, just as you get done, it comes and just stabs you right in the thigh, and just like you feel the wound open up. And some of you are thinking, we need to get the heck out of here at this point. This is, unless you start dropping these guys, you're going to be in for a hurt. So we have one that's still trying to stab Tam that's on the ground. We'll see if we pull that off. No, Tam has the luck of everything going for him. We have one trying to get Ingve, and that is also a miss. And we finally have one trying to hit Derek. And Derek, what's your armor class again? I apologize.
14.
All right, so yeah, you are struck for 5 points of damage from a spear.
Holy crap.
So yes, blood is pouring out of people's wounds at this point.
Damn fuck, let's go.
Mix!
So you have one of your own stuck on the ground, and he is wrapped up in a net, and he can't get free.
Can Grodd pick him up? Can Grodd just grab him net and all and like throw him over his shoulder? Grodd's just like, screw this, he's small.
I weigh 32 pounds.
You could, however, that will open you up to some attacks from the kobolds around you because you're not paying attention to defending yourself, and so a few of them might get a chance to try to stab you, because you're not really trying to protect yourself. Alternatively, if you wanted to, you could just try to run out of the room and reach down and grab the net and drag him out of the room, but you're probably going to hurt him by doing that.
He's not been
Okay,
hurt
I'll
yet.
do that.
Let's do that.
I'll do that. So Minx.
Well, wait. We do have to go in order. So I mean, if somebody's going to run, somebody should probably yell, "We're leaving!"
Yeah. Well, Minx is hurt. Grodd's
I
leaving.
get pretty vocal about my
Ingve.
plans. Let's go.
All right, so we go to the top. Ingve, what are you going to do?
What should we try to do? Should we try to drag the net, or is there any way I could somehow cut him free?
Not with a rapier. A rapier is more of a stabbing weapon, and you can't
stab
really.
the net.
Yeah, but you're going to be stabbing him at the same time.
My bad. My bad, Tom. My bad.
Like,
Kobolds didn't do it. Surely they cut a hole in the net trying to stab me.
it might be one of those things where it's like, this is for the best, Tam. Just close your eyes.
Look at the flowers.
You're messed up.
All right, so we are going to try to make a retreat here, then I assume.
You go first. You decide what you're doing.
Well, here's the thing. I want to provide cover. I'm not too bad hurt right now. I mean, I could provide cover or kind of stay here and try to hold ground until you get him out of here.
Can you sing? Can you sing anything to try to help us?
I will give you guys 15 seconds to figure out what you want to do, and then I'm just going to start telling you guys what to do. So go.
Let's run! Let's go! Holy crap!
Yeah.
All right, let's
gonna grab the
run.
net.
Rod, you grab the net, or we can all help grab the net and run. That sound good?
Grod
Whatever
should
is a good sound.
by yourself. You should cover Grod and cover me.
5, 4.
Okay, so we're running, right?
Yes.
We're
All right,
running.
Ingrid, what are you doing? You're just going to take.
We're running. We're all going to take off and run.
All right, so Ingve, one of the kobolds that was engaged with you takes a parting shot at you as you run past him and misses.
Okay.
Tam.
Tam lies in the ground. You're still just you're just fine. You just don't even bother. You just let it happen.
Derek?
What's your plan there, Derek?
I will. I need to cast a Cure Light Wounds.
All right. You can start moving towards the door and still cast the spell, but if these guys are running like full speed, they are going to run right past you. So it's up to you.
The kobolds are going to run right past us.
Well, some of the kobolds might look and see you as the only person left in the room and say, well, and meat's back on the menu kind of thing. But the party is just running out the door as fast as they can. And that means that they are moving faster than you would be if you were just like kind of jogging along and casting a spell.
Okay, I'll run first as well.
All right. So one's going to take a pot shot at you as you run by him and misses you. And so yes, you hightail it out the door behind you, and Ingve are running. Actually, you're faster than Ingve because your legs are longer. You run. It's one of those classic. I don't have to outrun them. I have to outrun you. So
Got to be faster than the slowest gazelle.
all right. So and then we have up next.
That's me.
All right. What are you doing?
I'm fighting.
Oh.
Oh, look at this guy. He's all brave. Okay, go ahead and make a roll there, buddy. All right, that is you just need a 14. Just like you swing your sword, and the one that stays behind just like ducks underneath your blade, and you just miss him. Then we go
Minx.
to Minx.
I'm getting
Get out of here, Minx.
I'm limping out of here, man.
All right. They don't like you, so the three that are fighting you are going to try to hit you as you.
I'm gonna die.
So let's see here. That is a miss. That is a miss.
Nice.
And that is a miss.
Oh.
They all like you just away from me, you fools.
You all go on. That's awesome.
Yes. And you dodge past.
Whoever
Ron?
my god is, thank you.
What's
All right.
You're gonna follow Minx out the door?
No, so God is grabbing the net, like just grabbing a big fistful of that net, and like just gives it a big yank to kind of loosen Tam off the ground, and then is like just dragging him and running as fast as he can with whatever resistance he's getting from that net, following Minx,
All right.
staying as close to Minx as he can.
Let's see. You're gonna get a couple of attacks as you're running, and they both miss. You feel the barbs and everything dig into your flesh, Tam. Yeah, but you take 5 points of damage from being bashed off the ground, and the hooks cutting into your flesh and cutting into your face, and but you get dragged out the door, and we lost Robin again, and we got Robin back. All right, so we are now. So a few of them are like giving chase, but 4 of them hang back, and they're looking at Sargon like he's a fool, and they attempt to hit him. What is your armor class, Sargon?
16.
All right, so let's see what we get here. That is a miss. Ooh, came close.
Ooh.
And that is a hit, and that is a hit. So just two two glancing blows as their spears jab into your one. Both your arms get hit with as they jab their spears into them, and you feel fresh blood flowing underneath your armor. So those of you who ran, you made it out the front door. You ran out the back. You charged out into the light. You kind of like turn back and you look and you realize you're one person short.
It's back to me, right?
Well, I mean, they still can do an action. So you have. Okay, Tam, you finally free yourself. You're finally like you peel when he picked you up and yanked you, like you felt the net kind of come free a little bit or ripped a little bit, and then you finally find a little path and you squirm out the bottom of it and you land in a heap, a bloodied heap on the ground. A very ignominious occasion for you, but yes. Let's see, who else is outside? We have Derek's outside. What do you want to do, Derek?
I would like to now cure light wounds. But I need
on
to
yourself,
know
I'm assuming?
who needs it most, because I've got 2 hit points left.
Oh, look, the cavalry's here. He comes riding in on his little donkey.
Unless that dwarf
Where
can
do we
heal,
bury
he can get
Dolgar?
the hell out of here.
Where do we bury Dolgar? So
Send
Go back
Dolgar
to
in
the
for
farm.
Sargon.
Well, here's the interesting thing. You come pouring out the back, and you see Dolgar. He's like got this map in his hand, and he's looking at it. He's like, okay, take a right over here. And you guys, and Dolgar, you watch as like your party members just all cut and bloodied and looking worse for wear, and you're like counting and you're missing one. And you watch as like one of them's actually like all wrapped up in a net, and he's just all ripped apart. And you finally like the halfling climbs out of this net and all these barbs and everything, its weights, and he climbs out and he just looks mad. And he's on the ground and everybody is cut up and looks horrible. And you're like, and you had gotten this map from this wizard who said your friend's already left without you. You need to go and track those down. And you had gotten up, you hooked up with a wagon train, and you just kind of rode with them, and then they told you that was the way to go, and so you went there. And you can actually pull up, if you want to, Dan, go ahead and pull up the Roll20 app, and it should enter you automatically into the damage and everything that we're doing here. So you can actually do that. So that's what you see, and you come around, and everybody's all beat to hell, but you don't see Sargon with them. Dan's not talking, apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up the app fast.
all right,
Let me see what I
is
can
it
find.
back to Sargon?
My poor buddy Sargon's missing.
Sargon, if you wish to now take an action, yes, you may.
Now I'm going to exit. I made sure everyone else got out. I was the only one who wasn't hurt.
Okay, 1 second. I don't know why it doesn't show up, but that's okay. We've been pretty descriptive this time. We can look into it again, but here. Okay, so the 4 that you're fighting, I'm going to rule that 3 of them are going to get a chance to attack you as you're running out the door. So let's see if they have any luck. No, and then you come around, and then you see there's another group of kobolds. You come and you're going to run out the way you came in, but the other 4 are standing there, and they kind of turn and look at you, and you realize that all 4 of them are going to be able to attack you if you try to run through them to get out to the outside. So what do you want to do, Sargon?
I'm running through them.
All right. So let's see what happens here. Miss. That might be a critical. So we will see if we follow it up with a critical. That is a critical hit. 2 consecutive 20s. Sargon might... Oh, my goodness. Okay. Sargon might fall. If you want to know who is most damaged, I think you're going to have your answer here in just a moment. Derek. So let's see here. So double damage on the critical hit, and everybody hold their breath. This might be the end of one ranger here. 5 points of damage plus 4 points of damage. Wait a minute. Yeah, and then so that's 9. How many hit points do you have? I want to know. So this is great.
I had 9 before this attack.
All right, so you are going to be dropping into negative. It can't kill you though. And so yeah, you watch as like one of them like just trips you up, and then but the other one you actually land on the guy's spear and impales you, straight through the chest, and you stumble and you roll out into the outside this little cave entrance, and you see Sargon is just eyes rolled back, blood pouring out of his mouth. A spear has gone straight through his body, and he's just lying there lifeless outside the cave. And the kobolds, seeing their fresh meat escaping, 5 of them come racing out and are grabbing his body and trying to drag him back into the cave. Dolgar, I need you to give me an initiative check so we can put you in the initiative round.
All right.
Just a D20 plus your dex plus any other initiative modifiers you may have.
Okay, I'm pulling up the Hero. I'm pulling up Hero Lab right now.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So the Hero Lab is a great system. I mean, I'm not saying that just because of whatever, but
well, if you go to the end play screen, it tells you all of the stuff without you having to calculate it.
If you have it all set up right in the back end.
True.
Yeah, you guys totally know how it works way better than I do. So.
Well, it's not like you've had a month to figure out the.
Look at you! Actually, I just got it 5 days ago. So back up.
I'll find out my modifiers in a second.
Just roll a d20 for me. Okay, you got a 10, so you can probably slot him in. I think he's got a dex of 12, so it's got +1. If I remember correctly, but
no, my dex is 16.
Oh, well, so then it would be, yeah. There you go.
My initiative is +3.
So there you go. So yeah, there you have it. That's what we got. So you will then, excuse me. So you've got a compatriot being pulled back into the cave, and it looks like they want to eat him. So, starting with Ingve, you see that there are. What are you gonna do? Got 5 seconds, Ingve.
I don't know what to do at this point.
Can I ask you what happened if?
Go ahead, Derek. What do you got?
If Sargon is really badly damaged,
he's gonna die in a matter of seconds, unless he gets.
So Cure Light Wounds won't do much for him, but would the
Cure Light Wounds will keep him from dying, because what happens? Any kind of magical healing will stop somebody from bleeding out. Right. So he's at -4 hit points right now. He can stay alive till -10. He'll lose a hit point every round until he gets healed.
Is he still out amongst the kobolds?
Yeah, I rolled that because he was racing full speed. What happened was that basically one of them set the spear up as a charge, and he ran himself straight into it and impaled himself on it. But his momentum carried him out of the cave and rolled out into your group.
So he's safe from any more attacks, basically.
Well, no, because the kobolds, realizing that their fresh meat just left, they ran out and they're grabbing his body and they're dragging him back in. And you're watching basically his blood is just pouring out of his body.
All right, so I'm going to go attack one of the ones that's grabbed him.
All right. So go ahead, Martin.
All righty. It's Ingve.
Wait a minute, is your name Martin?
No. There you go. How about that?
Oh, and that is actually a possible critical because it is a rapier. So roll the d20s, please.
All right.
And that is a critical hit. So roll your damage, double whatever your bonus damage is. So if your bonus is like +2, double that, and then roll the d6 twice.
So it's regularly +2, so +4?
+4, so 2d6 +4 damage. This will kill it.
2d6 +4, okay.
Yeah, you race up and grab one of the kobolds by the back of the head, and you jam your rapier right into the back of his neck and throw his lifeless body off to the side. Then
That's how I roll.
Tam, you're bloodied and bruised and angry.
He stayed by him to save me. I'm helping him.
All right, so you're gonna
Nobody's
make an
done that
attack.
for me. Yeah, I'm gonna go after him.
All right. Yeah, your legs still have a couple remnants of the net trap still wrapped around them. And nice, Anthony, I like that. And so you kind of trip and stumble as you race forward. So you weren't able to get a good swing in. So then we move on, I believe, to
Derek.
Yeah, I will try and cure light wounds on Sargon.
Okay, you run the risk of having one of them attack you because you're casting a spell.
Then I'm meat. So, thinking about that, casting the spell, would they not be distracted by him, all of them?
Well, yeah, but I mean, when you race forward, one of the things one of the things you can do is like one of the neat things you can do with a healing spell is you can cast it, and then basically you have it charged. Like any kind of touch spell, you have it charged, and then like basically the touch is what gets rid of it. So you could cast the spell out of combat, then walk forward and touch him, and then the spell goes off. So that's what, if you want to do that, that's what you can do, and you can do that in such a way that basically you have your staff in your hand as well, so you have a defensive posture, so they don't get a free attack on you while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So you can do that if you want. So go ahead and roll, and then roll 1d8, and you can see how many hit points he heals. All right, so you move forward, your hand glowing with nature's embrace, and you reach forward and touch his body, and you are now at 2 hit points, I believe. There, Sargon. You come to,
Yes,
and you are surprised to see the spear in your chest, but you are actually, but you're also more surprised that you're actually still alive. So
I'm actually next.
You can. I mean, it's like I said, you can actually act, but you are prone. You'd have to actually get up to do something.
He can't crawl. He can't try to scoot or crawl.
Well, yeah, he could crawl, but he's not going to get very far. He's going to get about 5 feet away.
Can I heal myself? Since I'm not unconscious anymore.
With what?
I have a heal ability here.
Yes, that is something that takes like a full round to do, and what that does, it just prevents somebody from dying. The healing skill, what it does more is that when you rest, so if somebody has a healing skill, they can roll against that, and you can gain more hit points from your rest than that, because you have a person that's professionally treating wounds and things like that.
All right.
So a heal skill doesn't actually it isn't like a combat thing that you can do other than stopping somebody's bleeding.
All right. I'm gonna kind of just stay prone, so they think I'm still dead.
All right. Well,
Playing possum.
the impaling helps sell that really well. So, so then we move on, I believe, to Minx.
I am so effed up. I have zero desire to
angry.
go. Yes, I have zero desire to go try to attack a thing to draw its attention to me, but I have star knives, so I could possibly throw one and hit it. Is that correct?
A star knife?
Yes.
That's right. You did buy those ridiculous ones.
I did buy those. I used them last time to stabby stab things, but this time I'm just like, I hate you, kobolds.
You can try to throw one, but because of the fact that you have your friends in melee combat, and because you run the risk of hitting them if you do that.
Son of a biscuit. Man, there's still how many of them? How many of them are?
There are 4 of them still. They're outside of the cave, and they are, brandishing weapons and trying to drag what they thought was the dead body of the ranger back into the cave.
Okay, I'll go for it.
You're gonna throw one?
I'm gonna hit those bitches with my axe.
All right, you run up to one and you swing your axe. Go ahead and do your d20 roll. All right, you hit one. So remember, you now have the +4, so roll 1d12 plus 4 for damage. Oh yes, once again you separate one with from the burden of its head and drop it to the ground.
No wonder these kobolds hate gnomes so much. You guys are tough.
Not always, but when we are.
All right.
Grodd, what are you gonna do?
So Grodd, has done his job by getting Tam's sorry butt out of the. No wait, yeah, Tam's sorry butt out, right? So realizing that his entire party is like really hurt. God like dragged Tam out and like threw down the net and like ran, like turns around, and I think this works. I don't know. I don't know how the hell this game works.
Tell me what you want to do. Tell me what you want to do.
Can the cleric channel positive energy and heal multiple people at once?
That is to channeling positive energy is something you do to try to affect undead, because like undead are full of negative energy, and so that's like you're doing damage.
A good cleric, which I'm good because I'm good, can choose to heal living creatures or deal damage to undead creatures. Channeling energy.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's one of those ridiculous rules. The one thing about it though is that when you do it, anything in the area gets affected, anything that's living, which includes the kobolds.
I think it's worth it. I'd much rather get my party, because kobolds are small and nasty. I'd much rather get my party some energy back to demolish them and run the risk of healing them.
All right, so this is going to affect everything, including the kobolds. But basically, you're gonna roll 1d6, and that's you're gonna heal that much. Well, everybody gets 2 hit points. Hey, every little bit.
The kobolds aren't that strong.
And then one other thing I just... Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, everybody, if you're hurt, heal 2 more hit points. And now Dolgor, you've
Welcome
come to save the day.
For God's sake, man, help us!
Put that map away.
Stop sketching the fight and get in it.
Oh, I'm in, baby.
All right, so Dolgar, you gonna draw your weapon?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna bring this big old axe ready to go.
All right, so race up and attack your kobold.
So I'm gonna try to get up there to try and cleave. Now, how many groups? You said there's 4 left.
There's 4 left. Now there's 3. Yes. So if you can knock one down, you'd be able to cleave and attack another. So.
All right. So.
Prove your worth, dwarf.
Let's figure out what my attack modifier.
Plus 17.
Well, you took favored weapon, right?
Yep.
All right.
I think
so you get a +1 for that, a +1 for your level, and what's your strength?
17. Let me check here. I think it's my strength is 17, so I think my combat modifier is a +4.
+5, because your favorite, because
okay.
you took axe as your favorite weapon. That's +1. Your level is +1, and then +3 more for your strength. So you're gonna roll d20 +5. And if you're charging, you add another 2. So.
Would that factor into the cleave if I'm charging into battle?
Yes. But it lowers your armor class for 1 round if you charge.
That's fine.
Boom!
Boom. Okay, now so
First for everything.
That's right.
Is that a battle axe or a war axe?
It is I believe it's a battle axe. I will double check.
Thought you got your fancy axe in the village.
Yeah, I ruled that your hand axe with your inscription and everything that you wanted that guy to make is made. He made it for you. So.
Oh, cool. Well, I had a battle axe. I think that was a hand axe that I was having to make for me just to have.
Axe, yes.
Yeah. So I have a battle axe.
So okay, roll D8, and you're gonna add 3 to the damage. All right. So yeah, you cleave one. He drops to the ground, a lifeless little lizard, and now you can, because you have cleave, you can make another attack.
All right.
So
the same +5.
+7 in this case because you're charging.
Oh, I'm sorry. +7. Yep.
Well, that's another hit. So roll another damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't add my +3.
Don't worry.
So 6.
So 6. So yeah, you cleave and you chop into another one and drop that one. So there's just one standing there who's got like Sargon's arm in his hand and he's trying to pull up, and then he kind of looks up and he sees everybody's like standing there, and he turns around and runs right back into the cave, and leaves the once lifeless ranger behind. Man, I almost got one of you guys. All right, so yes, so you are outside of the cave. You hear the angered yipping of the kobolds. Starting back up top. Let's see. We go back up top, and we have Ingve. What are you going to be doing, Ingve?
We're still ain't out of danger yet.
Well, you hear them barking and yipping back in the cave, so I mean, you don't know what they're doing right now.
Do we just want to try to get a little bit more distance from them? Instead of furthering deeper in, do we want to pull back a little bit and kind of regroup?
Regroup!
You can there's trees and bushes and what have you behind you. I mean, you can definitely head back and grab some cover or whatever and try to decide what you want to do.
We can shove the brush in the cave opening and set it on fire so they can't come after us.
My suggestion is to pull back and get a little bit of cover and try to regroup. Maybe take the other, instead of we take the southeast path, take the southwest.
Let's see. 5 seconds, Marty. Tell what you're gonna do.
All right, I'm gonna head back towards the entrance.
No, you're outside. You're outside of the cave now, Marty. So
okay.
You can head right back into there's some, not like a dense forest, but there's like foliage and vegetation.
All right, so I'm going to retreat back to the woods then.
All right, so okay, Ingve the ever brave runs back to the woods.
Sir Robin ran away.
Yeah. Is anybody not going to? Let's put it that way.
I don't know. We have a ranger that likes to be heroic.
No, I really want to shove the brush in the entrance and set it on fire.
I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm not in good shape.
All right, Tam, you're up.
Oh, I'm going to shove the brush in the entrance to keep them from chasing us quickly.
All right.
Can you do that? Are you strong enough to do that?
Tam, just run. I'll stand in the way. Make sure, and we'll all hopefully get away.
All right. If he wants to stay, I'll go. I'll follow the others.
I don't want to stay. I just want to put myself between you and them.
All right, Derek.
I'm running.
All right, is anybody not running at this point?
I didn't say I was running. I'm briskly walking back towards the woods.
Backwards.
We're advancing in a negative direction.
Are you like walking backwards like this? We'll be back.
There's a little bit of swagger to it.
Okay.
It's kind of more like a slow, like, all right.
I still have this spear in my chest, by the way.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. All right. So, Dolgar, are you just gonna kind of hang back and kind of just make sure they don't charge out, or what are you doing, Dolgar?
I'm gonna make sure I'm the last one, just to make sure my friends get away. And who's the most hurt? I'll make sure that they scurry back as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Dolgar, I know. I'm just talking to him. Dolgar, I'll watch your back.
Cool. And I slowly back up, keeping my front towards the cave as we scurry back.
All right. As you kind of are walking backwards, you hear the angry yipping a little bit more, and yeah, that's basically kind of what it sounds like, and you watch as a few javelins are thrown out of the cave entrance at you, Dolgar, as you're walking backwards. So just
roll acrobatics. No, just kidding.
See if we get lucky here. Nope. No. So yeah,
That's gotta kill one of them.
No, just because of the range and the kind of like they're just throwing these javelins, and you watch as they kind of like just thump into the ground around you, and you're kind of sitting there going, how did you guys get all beat up by these guys?
Shut your mouth, Dolgar. I don't know what it was like in there, man. You don't. It was intense.
You take a little nap, you drink a little milk, take a little nap, and the whole world goes to crap.
I didn't get touched by a kobold. I got the crap beat out of me by the orc dragging me out of the cave while I was wrapped in barbs.
Next time I'm going to leave you there.
All right, so you regroup, and you're in the woods to the north of that cave entrance, the secret cave entrance, and yeah, you're kind of all just sitting there licking your wounds. If you want, you do have the ability to channel. What is your charisma modifier there, Grodd?
Duh, it's huge. I'm so charismatic. I'm 14 charisma, so +2 is my mod.
Okay, so you have 5 uses of channeling energy. So
right.
you can do that 4 more times if you want to try to heal everybody around you. Like you can say, gather up, and you can.
Yeah, I actually wanted to do that, but how does this work with rest and healing in Pathfinder?
Well, in Pathfinder, there's like all kinds of different rules. What I like to do is I give 1 hit point per level plus your con modifier if you sleep. Like basically you rest up overnight. So the vast majority of you probably are going to heal up most of your wounds, but I mean it's never a bad idea. You get your channels back the next day, so there's no reason to really hold on to them.
Yeah, so I will. I'll do that. Hold on. I will.
So everybody look at your hit points. So that's 3. So 7.
How's everybody feeling? Can Grodd look around and see how people are healing up?
Absolutely.
Much better, thank you.
Is anybody still hurt?
I'm
9 total. I'm pretty sure you're all
beautiful, Grodd. Beautiful. Like
hey,
always.
Point of order. Does that heal me too?
Oh yes.
Okay.
You can choose to have it not affect you if you want, but you know.
Did you just say point of order?
Robert's Rules of Order, man.
I love you, Suze.
We descend into chaos? What do you want?
I still have this little bit of a hangnail here. If you could take care of that, it'd be great.
Yeah.
You get it when you were running away?
I got a splinter in my finger when I was trying to get out of there, so...
Yeah, while you were
Got
running?
it from playing his guitar, his lute. Don't be silly.
Yes. My old science club in junior high, we learned the Robert's Rules of Order to do that. So, and I was actually president of the science club. So, yeah, that's.
Yes, we could have guessed that, Lance.
Oh. You think that's you're making fun of me, but I wear that badge with honor. So.
Absolutely, as you should.
Yes, I should.
All right, so nobody's pursuing us.
No,
People are starting to feel a little better.
Feeling spunky. Thanks, Grodd.
Are we all shaking our heads at each other like we're flipping idiots?
I am the world's worst rogue. I didn't see the trap and got off of myself and spent the entire fight tangled up.
Well, I appreciate you at least trying to fight for me there, Tam, after you got out. And didn't run.
Yes. You basically when you're getting the channeling I can't remember names ever. So Sargon, like basically you have to get the spear out of you. You have a Grodd come over and like break the one half, and then so like you don't have to pull the barb all the way through, and then and you pull it's kind of gruesome, but and then you get the channeling, and so yeah, they're able to get the spear out of your chest, and it's gonna leave a mark, but that's chick stick scars, so you're not too worried about it. But yes, you successfully made it into 1.5 rooms of the dungeon. So yay!
1.5 rooms.
We just got our asses kicked by the weakest things in the entire dungeon.
But there was a lot of them, and you were in a net, so.
Yeah, I was. And they couldn't hit me.
I think, like I said, we've been going for almost 3 hours now, so we're probably going to wrap up. But I mean, I think you guys did really well. No, that's okay. But I mean, you guys were down one of your big fighters, and Dulgar is the only guy that actually has like a real armor class. I mean, that's
right.
Yeah, so I mean, he's your tank. I mean, he's the guy that can stand in front of the monsters and theoretically, one, has enough hit points to take the damage, and two, isn't going to get hit a lot because he's got a big shield and he's wearing metal armor, and it's tough to get hit. So not having him was huge. I mean, this is a very interesting party due to the fact that a lot of you kind of went with your character idea, which is awesome, instead of like trying to power game your characters, which is also really awesome. I really like that. I mean, I play my gaming group. There are a lot of power gamers, so when they play like Pathfinder, they've already mapped out their first 9 levels. It's like how my guy is going to be made, and which fate I'm taking, what ability I'm taking, everything like that. And so it's kind of neat that you guys are going more the flavor of what your creation instead of the strict how am I going to do the most damage possible. So, yeah, I mean, Dan having the cleave, I mean, if Dan had been in that fight, you guys would have mopped the floor with those kobolds, because he could have killed 2 around easily, because he'd have to roll like a 10 to hit him, and then his bonus to damage normally would be enough to just kill 1 each round. And if he drops 1, then he can immediately attack another one. So...
Have you not seen his rolls the last 2 games?
Yeah,
that's true.
Those 19s and 20s didn't come around the last. Well, actually, last game I didn't roll anything, but the game before that, I missed my only roll.
You're only as good as the rolls you have. Yes, I mean, and plus the net took out one of your characters as well right away. And that's whether or not they're a combat character. I mean, it's somebody, one, that can fight, and 2, it's somebody that's going to take some of the attacks as well, so the attacks get better distributed. Other than that, I mean, I think everybody had really good plans and good ideas. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just it's one of those things. Don't be afraid to use up your stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to play your characters or anything like that, but I mean, like if I'm a barbarian, you get so many rages during a day, you never use them all up. So I mean, it's just always better to rage than not. The only bad thing about raging. And so that's
based on rounds. So like every time I go to fight is a round, right?
Well, every round when you're like gonna fight or whatever, there's it goes. So I mean, just go ahead and pull up the rules and just reacquaint yourself with the character abilities. But I mean, the barbarian rage ability is huge. The only thing that stinks about it is that after you've used it up, after your rage is over, then you're exhausted. You literally can't do anything for like I don't know. It's like I think it's like a minute or 10 minutes or something like that. You have to like stop and like. I remember there was a campaign that I ran many years ago. I actually had a total party kill in the very first session because it was just a bunch of bad rolls, and then it came down to the barbarian was trying to run away, but he was exhausted, and so he could barely move, and basically, but he could still fight decent enough. So what they did was the hobgoblins, they had bows, and so they just stayed out of range of him because he couldn't move fast enough, and they just sat there shooting arrows at him because he could barely walk. It was just a very very sad way to die. You're just like he's like, fine, I just lie on the floor and let them kill me. It's like, oh, and they do, so it's just like, oh. So but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, but like I said, I almost took one of you out, which would have been awesome, but that's fine.
According to Hero Lab, I would become fatigued for a number of rounds equal to twice the number of rounds I spent raging.
There you go.
It
I
could be
tried,
very
Blaine.
long or it could be not so bad.
I tried to let you kill me.
Well, and it's just like, and hey, you get a couple of better lucky rolls or something, and then you're down for the count, and then you would be rolling up a new character for our next session. But in this case, the party banded together and it's just it's a very, like I said, it's a really interesting party. I mean, even your big bruiser, like your cleric has like such a low armor class. I can't believe you need money, Grodd. You need to go. Clerics need giant plates of metal surrounding them. That's the standard. The cleric is, it's like you need especially since you're using a two-handed weapon, which is fine. I mean, that's your character look, but man, you need the most expensive, the heaviest armor you can possibly find. That's I think, in my opinion, that's what the party needs to do with their party funds is buy Grodd really good armor.
Well, by my math, I gave Grodd 50 gold pieces, and combined we spent
Instead
30.
of buying maps.
So I would say that Grodd has a free 25 gold pieces there to do with what he pleases.
So there you go. But I believe next session you'll be able to like get in, and this is like obviously like the kobold area of the caves, and they do have a smattering of treasure and things that you'll be able to theoretically take from their dead bodies once you're done handling them. So, and then you can decide what you want to do from there. So.
Well, I might not spend the next one all wrapped in a net, so that would be better.
That is true, but you'll remember, long after you've forgotten about whatever combat with like some whatever like generic fights, you'll remember the combat you got stuck in a net the entire time, and that's what you play for, those little moments.
Oh. And never got stabbed.
And never got stabbed. Yeah. Let's see here. So let's just go ahead and Dulgar, you can have 100 XP just for showing up there at the end and fighting the
that's
kobolds.
bogus, man.
You settle down, jeez.
Save Anthony.
And the rest of you can have.
I came in with the A-Team theme, man. Had to get something.
Well, I like the idea. I like the idea of you holding this map, and all of a sudden, like you're standing in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, "Wait a minute, okay." So then the cave should be over there. Ah! He's come over.
I picture us coming out of the cave like Han Solo running
trouble.
down the Death Star with stormtroopers.
Yeah, like you all come running out. It's just like it's like, and then then somebody goes, and you. I have this image of you, Dulgar, and you're like 1, 2. Where's Sargon? And then all of a sudden Sargon like rolls out with the spear shoved through his chest, blood coming out of his face. So, but the rest of you can have 410 experience.
Oh, calm down now.
Wow. Whoa.
I'm taking 411 for dying for the team.
You didn't die. Shut your mouth.
That's right. You get them.
It was dead. I saw lights.
Shut up.
It was a tunnel.
That's because you were coming out of a cave.
How many was that?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Stupid range
410.
gapping. For what?
410.
410 experience points.
All right.
So, no, this is fun. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here and what have you. And for those of you who stuck with us and watched, if you're still out there, thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video.
Thank you for telling the story, Lance.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, this isn't. I mean, the one thing if it's my own thing that I create, it's so much easier for me to go with it because I can kind of create it on the fly a little bit, and I have the good outline. Whereas if like I have like the actual like game here from Frog God Games, like I have what they have, and I know like Bill Webb, one of the author and the guy who's in charge of Frog Games. His big thing is that we write the adventure, but make it yours. Is his attitude, and so like go ahead, change it up and everything like that. But I try to stay true to the source material. Here, this isn't. Maybe you can see this. I'm gonna make sure the light. But basically, you can see there. Like, there's the two big doors in the front. You can see them standing in
That's
front of it.
almost exactly what I drew.
Yeah, it's uncanny actually. It's and you can see there's it's like the crags around it. Like, it's a sheer drop down below, and so just give you an idea of like what the area looks like, and what have you.
It looks like they've got it available for Hero Lab too.
Yes, they do. So if you want to, you can download the files. I thought about it, but I didn't actually, because you have to have like advanced player guide and this 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 guide just so it'll actually work for you.
But you can get that if you just ask for it. They're giving us credit for stuff.
Well, and that's cool that they are. I should probably, I don't know, learn how to use it.
That would be helpful, perhaps.
Yes, it would.
That's HeroLab at HeroLab.com.
So they've been really cool, and that's awesome. Both, like I said, and Bill, like he's gonna hook you up with the player aid for the actual dungeon, which it has a nice, cool backstory to it and everything like that. So it's definitely something you want to take a look at. And
how do I get where do I enter the experience points? I'm trying to figure that out.
Journal.
Go to your journal.
Journal. Okay, journal.
You make a new entry.
Journal
you
right here.
Experience points.
You look at my screen share.
Oh, amateur.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dan, you weren't here for this. If you email Bill Webb at necromancergames@yahoo.com,
Yep.
he will hook you up with a PDF file of the player's guide to the lost city of Barakus, which is what you're in. Yeah. So, and that they wrote. He is one part author of the adventure.
Cool, dude.
Doing. So yeah. All right then. Well, thank you all. I'm gonna stop the old broadcast, but of course we'll talk afterwards like we always do. But thank you all for playing. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, sir, for DMing.
Yes, it's been my pleasure. Honestly, I absolutely love running adventures. That is nothing more. This is. I mean, I love board games and I love playing them. But 9 times out of 10, I'd rather play a role-playing game.
I am kind of sad to admit this, but I am having a huge affinity in my heart for role-playing games these days.
Who are you? Who are you?
I know.
All right, I'm going to broadcast.
Rhiannon.
Thank you for everyone for watching, and thank you everybody for playing. So
Thanks, Lance.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.